Good afternoon, football fans from Langhorse Field in Elmhurst, Illinois, where the Elmhurst College Blue Jays look for win number 2 on the season as they face the Hope College Flying Dutchmen. I'm Luke Tanaka. So glad you're spending a portion of your Saturday afternoon with us. It's great to have college football back, and we finally have some college football weather today where it is in the low 60s and a bit breezy out on Langhorse Field on the campus of Elmhurst College. Elmhurst has won the toss, and they will defer, and they will kick off to the Hope Flying Dutchmen here in just a moment. So glad to have you alongside as Brett Bayer is set and ready to kick this one away. A pair of Hope Flying Dutchmen back deep. Hope coming in with an 0-1 record after losing to Monmouth College, and a connection there that we'll get into a little bit later with Steve Bell, who is now the head coach at Augustana in the CCIW, and the Elmhurst College Blue Jays 1-0 after defeating Loris last week by a score of 31-17. Bayer is ready. Chris Lee, one of the men back deep for Hope. He had a long touchdown, and the game is underway. It will be Lee from the 3. Chris Lee angling towards the near sideline, outside the numbers now. He's got some space down the near sideline. He's all the way down past the 35, almost to the 40-yard line of Hope, and that's where the Hope offense will begin behind the man Rob Kish. Kish, second-year quarterback, 10th start, 5-5 overall record. Took over in week 2 of last season in his first game of the season. Kish, 12 of 28 last week, 43% completion percentage, just 98 yards and a pick. But the first play goes to Chris Lee, angling towards the right side. He'll gain maybe 2. Give him officially maybe 1.5 on the play. Chris Lee, starting running back for the Hope College Flying Dutch. Played in all 10 games last year at Lehigh, where he had 27 carries, 196 yards, and a couple of scores. Had a 70-yard touchdown at Yankee Stadium in the third quarter against Lafayette. Miles Carroll in on the stop. 2nd and 9 from the 40. Kish back to throw, looks near side on the slant pattern. He's got his man right inside the numbers. And that's going to be a first down into Blue Jay territory. And that'll be at the 44-yard line, a first down for Hope, and they have flipped the field. Matt Kroll makes the catch. He's a 6'2", 190-pound receiver. They're one of the starters for Hope. As Hope steps up 1st and 10 from Elmhurst 44-yard line. Kish takes the snap, hands off straight up the middle. It's Lee. Lee's got a hole up to the 35 and past that to the 33. And the Elmhurst defense last week struggled at stopping a runner. It was Zach Minch. You check it out on the replay. Stop eventually made by Tyler Schwartz, the safety. 11-yard gain, another first down for Hope. 1st and 10 from the 33. Split backs in the backfield for Kish, who looks to throw near side. Another catch. This time the connection to Kroll on another slant pattern inside the numbers. And it looks like another Hope first down, this time to the Elmhurst 21-yard line. Firing on all cylinders so far, the Hope College Flying Dutch. Other starters on the offensive line, Brandon Parcel, number 55, Roger Thompson, number 70, number 52, Michael Steffen. Keegan Golan is the right guard. He's number 71. Number 77, Jordan Van Dorn rounds out the offensive line. This is a pitch to the far side. It's Mikuziak, and Mikuziak is down towards the far side, gets a gain of about 3. Call it 2 officially to the 20-yard line. Number 22, Mike Mikuziak, is the backup running back. He spells Chris Lee on that play, getting it pitched towards the outside. So it'll be 2nd and 8. There is a flag first, though, so we'll have to await that ruling. And tight end, number 87, Cody Albert, another starter on offense for Hope. He's a tight end. Jake Helm, number 82, is a receiver. Personal foul on number 70, Roger Thompson, and that will back Hope up a long way. Roger Thompson, a 6'2", 270-pound left guard. Was not a starter last season for Hope, but is a senior, bringing some experience to that offensive line. The only two with experience so far playing. The right guard, Keegan Golan, played last year, as did Brandon Parcel, number 55. The rest, all new starters, including Jordan Van Dort, a 6'5", 335-pound freshman, a transfer from Western Michigan who could be an impact player at right tackle. Two receivers far side for Kish, who looks back to throw, and he's all in sorts of trouble. The ball's on the ground. Kish has to run all the way back to his own 40-yard line to keep it, as that was Miles Carroll who strip sacked the ball. Kish had to go all the way back to recover it, and it's going to be third down and 2 miles for Hope. A huge loss. Miles Carroll last week, 3 tackles, 2 solo. Carroll gets the sack and the strip that sets up 3rd and 49 for the Flying Dutchman from their own 39-yard line. Kish back to throw, looking near side, has a man in the middle of the field. It's caught. That's Jake Helm up to Elmhurst territory in the 49-yard line. Couple of men stopping on the play, but Hope will be forced to punt on a 4th and maybe a mile and a half now. Warson and Weatherall with the official tackle. And it is 4th down for the Flying Dutchman. Dean DeVries in to punt. DeVries, a senior and an all-conference player last year, and the all-time leader currently in career punt yards at Hope. He goes down with some pressure on the play. Back calling for the fair catch is number 28, Tyler Hussman. And Hope, after a really positive start to their drive, couple of a penalty and then a sack by Miles Carroll, stifles that drive, and now the Elmhurst College Blue Jays will set up from their own 10-yard line behind Zach Campbell, 5'10", 180-pound junior. Campbell went 2 for 5 last week with 22 yards, 6 rushes for 1 yard. He's a dual-threat quarterback. Did not show it last week in limited action after Logan Stelsreed left with a shoulder injury. Campbell takes the snap, hands off Josh Williams, cutting towards the inside, but stays inside the hash marks and gains just a couple, maybe 1 on the play. And Josh Williams, when you talk about the Elmhurst offense, you have to talk about Josh Williams. 22 rushes, 184 yards, 3 touchdowns last week. Also 3 catches for 25 yards. I really led the Elmhurst offense in the offensive line, able to wear down Loras College in the end and create some holes for Williams that were not there in the first half. Elmhurst breaks the huddle with 1 back. It's Williams. 3 receivers. Miller split alone to the near side. Campbell surveying the defense, takes the snap, hands off Williams on a misdirection to the far side. Williams cutting towards the inside, running over a tackler down to the 19-yard line. It'll be a 3rd and short for Elmhurst, first 3rd down attempt of the game for the Blue Jays. Tackle eventually made. That was number 27, Kyle Reason. Reason had 5 tackles last week for Hope in their loss against Monmouth. Evan Lesky off.
Williams, the ball carrier, picks up 7 on the play. Tackled by Reason. Sets up a
and here comes 3rd and 2 for Elmhurst. Claxon and Williams, the split backs, 3 receivers. Claxon motions to a tight end position on the near side. Miller coming in motion again towards the near side. Campbell hands off Williams. Williams has a hole. Josh Williams breaking free. Williams to the 50, 45, 40, and he will step out of bounds. A huge gain for Josh Williams. Forced out. That was number 5, Kimani Dooley, who forced him out. And Williams, 44 yards on the run. First down for the Blue Jays. Josh Williams breaking free on his 3rd run of the game. And with a new quarterback, Zach Campbell, in the ballgame, you gotta imagine, give it to 5. Feed the ball to Josh Williams and let him carry your offense. Last week, Hope's defense gave up 450 yards, including 222 on the ground. 2 receivers near side for Campbell, 1 split far side, 2 backs. Campbell takes the snap, hands off Williams, off tackle near side. Williams plunging forward, gets a good game, about 4 on the play to the 35-yard line. Couple of players in on the stop. Colin Kelly in the area, number 45. O'Meara and Reason also in. 2nd and 6 for the Blue Jays from the Hope 35. Other starters on the offensive line for Elmhurst: Pat Walsh, number 73, 64, Sam Rathman, 50, Garrett Underwood's the center. Danny McHale, the only returner with experience on the offensive line, 16 starts, he plays right guard. And Billy Schaefer on the side as well. Handoff, Williams inside, taken down nicely. Number 95, Alex Harless, backup Will linebacker in on the stop. Crashing against the run, Hope. Wonder if you see some play action here. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Blue Jays. A little bit longer than their 3rd and 2. They just converted with a 44-yard run from Williams. Wide receiver starters: Joe Sanfilippo, 5'11", 180-pound senior. Kalen Miller, the big play threat, had 2 catches for 13 yards last week. Adam Bowers did not catch a ball last week. He's split wide again. Sanfilippo, Miller, and Bowers the receivers. Claxon in motion towards the left side. Campbell back to throw, looking towards Claxon, finds Kalen Miller on the sideline, and Miller steps out of bounds for an Elmhurst first down. Kalen Miller, a nice catch there. Campbell's throw a little bit high and wide, but Miller able to haul it in and then gain the first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Elmhurst from the Hope 27-yard line, in field goal range, but that's exactly what Hope had on their last drive: a penalty and a strip sack. Caused an eventual punt on that one. And your everyday 3rd and 49. Campbell split backs, 2 receivers near side. Hand off to Williams, trying to get to the outside. Williams does have a hole towards the outside, eventually taken down by Harless again. Alex Harless in on the tackle of Josh Williams, but another good gain for the Elmhurst back on first down, making it 2nd and short. You can tell that they're really trying to feed Josh Williams on this in this game, but able to pass his first test. Zach Campbell starting his first game as a quarterback, and he's been everywhere, as the Johnny Cash song says. 2013, he was a cornerback. 2014, he was a receiver, played in 3 games. And this year they converted him to quarterback, and now he's starting in the pistol for the Blue Jays. Now in the gun with Williams and Claxon, handing off Williams. Far side, Williams has a little bit of a hole, and he's upended by Andy Lucas, the nickelback. 15-yard line for Josh Williams, cutting towards the left to the left hash from the right hash. First down for Elmhurst from the Hope 15-yard line. Continuing to feed Josh Williams on this drive. Williams, 7 carries, 68 yards, 9.7 average, helped out by that 44-yard scamper on 3rd down and 2 from their own territory. Motion, now a tight end to the left, 2 receivers split right. Josh Williams behind Campbell in the pistol. Campbell will keep this one. Zach Campbell getting hit hard, spinning forward for a couple of more to the 10-yard line, a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 coming up.
Campbell keeps it on the carry, picks up 5 yards on the play.
Sanfilippo out, Harless and Lucas in on the stop. On the defensive line for Hope, Stephen Greger, Ian Jorgensen, Alex Issa, and Adam Walma. Watch out for Greger, he's an impact player. Williams running to the left. Williams has a crease and will gain a couple more. The crease closed up very quickly. Good job by the Hope defense to set up another 3rd down. You say, I thought he had a crease right there on the replay when he got through, but a nice tackle that time. Looked like Greger in on the stop. Another 3rd down for Elmhurst. Call it 3rd and 4. Campbell in the pistol. Williams behind him. Lesky comes in motion to the left side. From the left hash, Campbell takes the snap. Hands off Williams on a stretch play. And coming from behind, what a great play on defense. Aaron O'Meara trips up Williams from behind. It will set up 4th down for Elmhurst. O'Meara coming in on a blitz from the far side and able to catch up to the speedy Josh Williams before he could scamper for the first down. A loss on the play of a couple of yards, and Brett Bayer in the windy conditions will set up for a field goal attempt. Bayer made a 30-yard attempt last week. This one, 27. Bayer's low snap kick is up, and it is low and good. And the Elmhurst College Blue Jays are on the board first. Josh Williams carrying the team down the field, 9 carries, 68 yards, 7.6 yards per carry. Elmhurst on the board first. It's 3-0. The Blue Jays will once again kick it away to the Hope College Flying Dutch here on a CCIW versus MIAA matchup, and those are all around the College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin hosting every game this week. CCIW scoreboard: Alma playing at Illinois Wesleyan, Kalamazoo at Milliken, Adrian at Wheaton, Trine at North Central, Albion at Augie, and Olivet at Carthage, including our game here, Hope at Elmhurst. And also, since the MIAA only has 7 teams in the conference, North Park is playing at home as well, except they're playing St. Norbert, who beat Carthage last week. That's the scoreboard. We'll keep you updated on all of the games, especially as it gets down to the wire, see who can win the CCIW MIAA matchup. There will be a winner, assuming no ties. As in college, obviously the overtime rules do not account for ties, so there will be a winner in the CCIW MIAA matchup. Bayer will kick it away. Chris Lee once again back deep, along with Alex Van Vliet, the receiver, number 29. 3-0 Blue Jays. Bayer kicks it away. It's going to be Chris Lee angling towards the near sideline. He'll go into the end zone for a touchback. A nice job by Bayer keeping that one inside the pylon. And the Hope College Flying Dutch will start from their own 25-yard line.
Hope will take over 1st and 10 from their own 25.
Let's go through the Elmhurst starting defense. In the secondary, cornerbacks, number 19, Charlie Krieger, number 28, Tyler Hassman. Safeties, number 26, Sean Wetherill, number 8, Tyler Schwartz. Linebackers, number 43, Alec Totoli, in for Brian Tucker, who is out with an injury this week. Andy Warson, number 7, the middle linebacker. Trent Howard, number 17, an outside linebacker. Valdez Honorable, number 11, the rover. It's Chris Lee, far side. Lee gets the corner. Lee scampering up the sideline. He had a first down and more, forced out on the far sideline by number 91, Jackson Smith. But Lee with a great job of eluding his first tackler, as you saw in the replay, and then just hitting straight up the sideline for some extra yardage. A first down for Hope at the 35. On the defensive line, Miles Carroll, number 97, number 95, Eddie Byer, and number 99, Jimmy Abbott, starting for the Blue Jays. Kish back to throw. Kish looking towards the far sideline and throws it away, way beyond anyone. The intended target, big number 87, Cody Albert, 6'3", 235 pounds. Could be a mismatch as a tight end. Rob Kish just deciding to throw that one away after playing 9 games last season. Now in his 11th start with the Hope College Flying Dutch. Hope in the white heading from right to left. Elmhurst in the blue defending at left end zone. Kish was under center, will now go into the shotgun. Takes the snap, it's a blitz. Kish throwing towards the far sideline, too far. Charlie Krieger on the coverage. Elmhurst brought a lot of pressure. Jake Helm, the intended receiver, check out the blitz from the far side that forces Kish to throw a little bit quicker perhaps than he wanted to. That'll set up 3rd and 10 for the Flying Dutchman from the 35-yard line. Kish last season a 51% completion percentage, 2,100 yards, 24 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Last week, just 98 yards on 12 completions, no touchdowns, 1 pick. Kish in the gun, takes it, fakes the handoff, rolling out towards the near side, in trouble, scampering away. Johnny Manziel style, flips it off his back foot, incomplete. And the Elmhurst defense holds towards the far bleachers where the Hope fans have stationed themselves. Elmhurst fans filling in slowly on the near side. And Dean DeVries on to punt. Last season, 38 punts 42.7 yards per punt. DeVries takes it, almost blocked, almost getting in there. One of the Elmhurst players, Hassman, will hit the fair catch at the 27-yard line, where Elmhurst will set up shop, leading 3-0. Tristan Bolus, the safety, was the man who almost got a hand on it. Elmhurst loving to bring pressure. Last week it was Jake Mazenga 3 or 4 times who had a chance to block a punt, and then finally, I believe on his 4th or 5th chance, he was able to block a punt, a key play for Elmhurst that set up a red zone touchdown for Josh Williams. Zach Campbell will lead the Elmhurst offense out onto the field. Campbell with 2 backs, 3 receivers, 2 on the near side. Working from the left hash, Kalen Miller comes in motion, now behind the Elmhurst offense, just a misdirection. It's Campbell on a keeper to the far side. Campbell forced down by the back of his jersey towards the far sideline. Call it a gain of 3 to the Elmhurst 30-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Blue Jays there. Starting on defense for the Hope College Flying Dutch in the secondary, number 20, Kirk Gibson, number 5, Kimani Dooley are the corners. Safeties, number 45, Colin Kelly, number 27, Kyle Reason. As the Blue Jays set up 2nd and 7 from their own 30. 2 receivers near side, 2 far side, including Garrett Claxon. Miller in the slot near side. Williams has a nice block. Campbell now will run straight ahead. Zach Campbell with lots of green grass in front of him, and he is all the way near midfield to the 48-yard line of Elmhurst, a first down. Zach Campbell sprung by the key block from Josh Williams, who blocked Aaron O'Meara coming on a blitz. Williams took the legs out from O'Meara, and that sprung Campbell for a first down to the 48-yard line. 18-yard gain for Campbell. Linebackers just mentioned, number 47, Aaron O'Meara. Number 46, Jacob Pardonnet as well. Andy Lucas, the nickelback. Get the defensive line in just a minute. Campbell takes the snap from the pistol, hands off Williams, left side. Williams with some space, sidestepping one tackler, taken down by a couple of Flying Dutchman defenders. Alex Harless in on the stop, all the way down to the Hope 40-yard line. A first down and a gain of 12. On the defensive line, Stephen Greger, number 11, is the all-conference returner for Hope. Ian Gregerson, Alex Issa, and Adam Walma starting on the defensive line for Hope. First down and 10. 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Miller in motion. Far side, now back to the near side. Williams on the handoff towards the left, gobbled up quickly. Ian Gregerson in on the stop, along with Aaron O'Meara as well. Trying to get sprung by the block of Garrett Claxon, but Hope crashing numbers into the box to try to stop Josh Williams. No gain on the play. Second and 10 for Elmhurst from the Hope 40-yard line with a minute and a half to play and ticking here in this first quarter. Campbell, empty set. 5 receivers, Williams to the left side. Bowers split deep near side. Campbell back to throw, quick hitter to Garrett Claxon over the middle. Claxon makes a man miss. Garrett Claxon into the red zone for the Blue Jays past the 20-yard line. What a great play. Garrett Claxon, check out that move. Skips right past his defender, Colin Kelly. Crashing numbers into the box, leaves open space for Garrett Claxon to run 21 yards on the catch. Elmhurst into the red zone for the second time today. 19-yard line for Elmhurst. Campbell with Williams behind him. 2 receivers far side. Kalen Miller all alone near side, one-on-one. Campbell takes the snap and will keep. Pull it out of the belly and taken down by the back of his jersey. That's Adam Walma, number 84, in on the stop. Nice play by him. Just grabbing the jersey and not letting go. 1 yard gain for Campbell. It'll be 2nd and 9 from the 18 of Hope. Final seconds of the quarter ticking off, and it doesn't look like Elmhurst will run a play. That's the end of the first quarter. Josh Williams, 80 yards on 11 carries in the first quarter. And Campbell, so far in his first collegiate start, 2 of 2 for 28 yards. We'll take a quick break and come right back with the second quarter here on Blue Jay TV.
Welcome to the cultural season at Elmhurst College. Elmhurst is a place of values and conviction. We were founded by 19th century reformers who believed in human potential, loved learning, and had standards. More than 140 years later, we still do. We still attract students and teachers who want to think for themselves and act on principles, who challenge and respect one another, who engage, serve, and celebrate our diverse, dynamic, interdependent world. A few years ago, to be clear about things, we wrote down our core values. This year, we asked some of our students what those values mean to them.
Elmhurst.
Welcome back. Second quarter coming up. Elmhurst threatening in the red zone. And take a look at some of the Hope stats. We mentioned some of the Elmhurst stats. Josh Williams, 11 carries, 80 yards. Zach Campbell, 4 carries, 27 yards, including an 18-yard scamper. Garrett Claxton, 1 reception, 21 yards. Kalen Miller, 1 catch for 7. But for Hope, it's been a struggle offensively so far. 3 for 6 for Rob Kish, 38 yards. Chris Lee, 3 carries, 23 yards. See if they try to give the ball to Lee a little more often. He's had a couple of good plays. 2 out of his 3 carries have gone for at least 10 yards. So Elmhurst will set up to start this second quarter, 1st and 10 from the Hope 18-yard line. I think that's 2nd and 9, I should say, from the 18. Josh Williams up the middle. Josh Williams to the end zone. Touchdown, Elmhurst. 18-yard touchdown. Blue Jays 9-0 with the extra point coming up from Brett Bayer. With that run, Josh Williams, 12 carries, 98 yards. 1 play into the second quarter. It's been the Josh Williams show so far. Bayer on to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Tom Finucane. Snap good, hold down, kick is through and good. Elmhurst 10, Hope nothing. 1 play into the second quarter. Ron Plans pumping his fist on the near sideline. Josh Williams tumbling into the end zone. Some great blocking, and the Elmhurst offensive line quicker to get their feet under them as they were last week when Elmhurst had less than 100 yards of total offense in the entire first half. And now the Blue Jays with a lot more than that through just 1 play into the second quarter. Now, total for Elmhurst, 16 rushes and 125 yards on the ground. Total offense, 18 plays and 153 yards of total offense for the Blue Jays through just 1 play in the second quarter. Such an impressive showing. The Blue Jay defense has also held strong. The Hope offense looked really good on the first drive of the game, driving all the way in that deep in Elmhurst territory, but then an offensive penalty, a personal foul, and then a strip sack by the Blue Jay defense. Miles Carroll getting his first sack of the season. The big play for Elmhurst to force a punt. Hope has had to punt twice. Elmhurst has scored twice. 10-0, 14:53 to go in the first half. Bayer's kick is away to the near side. Returned by 22 in on the tackle for the Blue Jays. Connor Brewer on special teams. The return, Alex Van Vliet, the receiver, you can see in the middle of your screen, fired up, stopping the Hope returner Van Vliet at the 20-yard line where Hope and Rob Kish will set up shop. Kish, the junior quarterback, looking to get his offense re-going again. Handoff, Chris Lee, left side, nowhere to go. Chris Lee brought down at the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1. Jimmy Abbott, Eddie Byer in on the stop, along with Andy Warson and Trent Howard. All sorts of Blue Jays swarming to the football. They want to stop the Division I transfer in Chris Lee, who had 14 carries, 94 yards, and a touchdown last week in Hope's loss to Monmouth. One receiver split each side, a fullback off. Setter Kish, handoff fake, he will run it. Kish near side, outside the numbers, heading towards the sideline, and he's out of bounds. He will get the first down at the 30-yard line. Hope College first down at the Hope 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for Hope coming up.
Kish picks up 10 yards on the scramble.
14 minutes to go here in the first half. Hope trying to regain that offensive spark that they had on the first drive. Lots of misdirection on that play. Kish is under pressure, and he throws it away. Kish hit hard from the back, applying the pressure. Looks like number 99, Jimmy Abbott, going off the left defensive end. That was a double fake. It takes a while for all those fakes to develop if you're Hope. And that might have been the reason why Kish was under pressure and had to throw it away far sideline. So 2nd and 10, under 14 minutes to play, first half. Two backs. Kish takes the snap. It's a draw and tripped up quickly by the blitzing safety Sean Weatherall on 3rd and 10. It'll be 3rd down and 9. Looks like no gain. So a 3rd and 10. Weatherall making the stop. 3rd and 10 from the 31-yard line. 3 receivers for Kish out of the shotgun, 1 back. 1 tight end is to the near side. Kish takes the snap, looking back to throw, looking towards the far side. It's a screen. Chris Lee catches that to 29, but is caught down from behind by Andy Warson. Andy Warson makes the stop. Hope forced to punt for the 3rd consecutive drive. Elmhurst defense really showing up in this game so far. Last week it was a lot of yards given up, but some key defensive plays. In the first half, key defensive play for the Blue Jays was Trent Howard's sack and Andy Warson's 18-yard pickup for a touchdown. DeVries on to punt, and he will get it away in plenty of time. From the 25, it's Hosman. Hosman makes one-man miss, angling towards the near sideline, and is down at the 33-yard line, where Elmhurst will set up shop, looking to score on their 3rd consecutive drive. The Elmhurst offense last year, 25.5 points per game, scoring 31 in game 1. But the big difference you'd look at, 199.5 passing yards with Joe Camilleri, a senior quarterback and 2-year starter in last year. Just 93 passing yards last week. So far this week, 2 for 228 for Zach Campbell, but he's got 27 yards on the ground as a dual threat option. 2 receivers far side, Bowers and Miller. Sanfilippo all alone near side. Miller the tight end. Campbell from the pistol, surveying the defense. Rocking right to left, now hands off Williams towards the left. Gobbled up very quickly. Looked like Adam Walma. Walma, another tackle. He had 6 last week and a half tackle for loss on a sack. Walma already with 3 or 4 tackles in this game, with 12:13 to go in the first half. Elmhurst in the huddle behind Campbell. Now they break it. 3 receivers again, similar formation. Millers and Bauer far side, Sanfilippo near side. This time split backs out of the pistol for Elmhurst. Kalen Miller comes in motion to the near side. They hand off Williams up the middle, and he's tripped up by Adam Walma again. A nice play by the right end for Hope. Check it out on the near side of your screen. Walma gets in and then just trips up Williams. It's really hard to bring Josh Williams down, but Adam Walma just made that play, and it'll be 3rd and 6 after a gain of a couple. Call it 3rd and 5 officially for the Blue Jays. Campbell out of the pistol, 3 receivers far side, Sanfilippo all alone near side. Williams in his back left pocket. Campbell with the option, pitches Williams. Williams cutting upfield. Josh Williams breaking into Hope territory past the 45 to the 44-yard line. Josh Williams picks up another first down for the Blue Jays, and the drive continues. Finding his hole and cutting upfield. Well done.
Williams, the ball carrier, picks up 17 yards.
Williams will now come out. He gets spelled by Tyler Smith. First down for the Blue Jays at Hope's 44-yard line. Blue Jays break the huddle. 3 receivers near side. Claxton the tight end. Sanfilippo on the far side. Campbell takes the snap, surveying the defense. Now he will clap. There comes the snap. Campbell rolling to the near side. He wants Bowers. Instead, we'll find Claxton. Claxton sidesteps one man and goes all the way down. Ethan Zimmerman has to make the stop. Check out this nice juke from Garrett Claxton right there. A nice play by Garrett Claxton. 9 yards, a 2nd and 1 for the Blue Jays with just over 10 minutes to play first half. Hope defense has been on the field a lot. Last couple of drives, Hope 4 plays and out, 3 plays and out. Zach Campbell doing a nice job of using his legs. Split backs for him. As he takes the snap, he's going back to throw. 2-step drop, looking over the middle. Joe Sanfilippo has to go off his fingertips. And incomplete. Sanfilippo was behind the Hope defense. That was a touchdown that Joe Sanfilippo should have had.
3rd and 1 for Elmhurst.
Sanfilippo, a senior wide receiver. He was injured last season, had 1 catch for 8 yards last week against Loris. In 2013, 16 receptions for 160 yards. And then his freshman season in 2012, 9 catches, 127 yards, and a touchdown. 3rd and 1 for Zach Campbell and the Elmhurst Blue Jays. Tyler Smith blocking for Campbell. Campbell flips it out, and it's incomplete. Campbell tried to throw that one on the run. Intended target, Connor Brewer, was wide open for an easy first down, and Elmhurst offense is staying out on the field. Elmhurst is going to go for it. Instead of opting for the field goal, which will be a very long one with the wind, but Bayer 0 of 1 for 50-plus yards last season. Elmhurst going for it, 4th and 1 from the 35. 2 receivers far side. Brewer motioning to the tight end spot near side. Tyler Smith behind Zach Campbell. No Williams. Smith up the middle. Smith plunges forward. First down, Blue Jays. Tyler Smith jumped over the lines. Tyler Smith, an incredibly athletic player for the Blue Jays. We saw last week he had a 49-yard run on a key 3rd down inside Elmhurst's own 5-yard line. 4 carries for 56 yards last week for Smith. And now Zach Campbell and the Blue Jay offense will set up 1st and 10 from the Hope 33. Corey Partenheimer checks into the game as a receiver on the near side. Looks like it's still Tyler Smith out there at the running back position. A blitz coming. They hand off. Smith left side, and he just gains a couple. Give him 2 yards officially to the 31-yard line of Hope. Just an inside handoff, nothing special. Good job by the defensive line. And Ethan Zimmerman coming in as well from the safety position in run support. On the out-of-town scoreboard here in the CCIW versus the MIAA, how about through the first quarter, Wheaton 21, Adrian nothing. We'll keep you updated on all those games, but for now, with 8.5 minutes to go, Elmhurst setting up 2nd and 8. This time it's Zach Campbell on the keeper. He fooled me. Campbell on the keeper, bouncing to the outside. Campbell forced out on the far sideline inside the Elmhurst 10-yard line. Fooled everybody on that one. Zach Campbell pulling it out of the belly of Garrett Claxton at the last second. Campbell, a big hole to run through, and it will actually spot it at the 12-yard line of Hope.
Campbell, the ball carrier, picks up 19
once again. Now 19 yards on the carry for Zach Campbell. 5 carries for 46 yards for Campbell. to go along with Josh Williams, 15 carries, 120 yards. Inside handoff, Smith trying to find an opening but could not. Walma in on the stop. Couple of players getting the penetration on the play, as well as Ethan Zimmerman, who made the final hit. Gain of 1 yard. 2nd and 9 for the Elmhurst College Blue Jays from the 11. Going towards the left end zone with 7:30 to go.
2nd and 9 for the Blue Jays.
Campbell with Tyler Smith to his right, and we'll have to check on Josh Williams. I don't know if he's just getting a breather. I have not seen him yet on the sideline. And we'll get you an update as soon as we can. We've not seen Josh Williams on this drive. As Campbell pulls it out of the belly and plunges forward. Looks like Jake Pardonnet in on the stop. Aaron O'Meara as well, the two linebackers. Campbell pulling it out immediately. A good job by Pardonnet there, playing the outside role, not letting Tyler Smith get the outside, and that's why Campbell had to pull it back inside and just gain a couple. 3rd down and 8 for Elmhurst from the Hope 10-yard line. The longest 3rd down they faced so far today. 3 receivers near side, including Kalen Miller, Garrett Claxon. Tyler Smith is the running back behind Zach Campbell. Campbell throwing the deep ball to Claxon, incomplete, overshot him by a mile. And that'll send out the field goal unit once again for the Blue Jays. Campbell just overshooting his intended target, angling towards the far back pylon in Garrett Claxon. And from the right hash, the wind blowing with this kick from Brett Bayer. Out of the hold of Tom Finucane. Long snapper Noah Bedarnik. Snap is good, hold is down, kick is up, and it is good. Elmhurst, all 3 drives have scored 2 field goals and a touchdown. They lead 13-0.
With 6:28 to go in the first half, Elmhurst leads 13-0.
Let's check out that out-of-town scoreboard. Illinois Wesleyan and Alma tied at 7 in Bloomington. Kalamazoo leads Milliken 10-3 in Decatur. Still 21-0. Wheaton over Adrian currently in Wheaton just down the road. Johnny Peltz, 5 of 7, 106 yards and a touchdown. And 4 carries for 12 yards and a touchdown via the ground. He is some kind of player, Johnny Peltz, somebody to watch for CCIW Offensive Player of the Year. St. Norbert leads North Park in Chicago 14-7. North Central on top of Trine 6-0 in Naperville. Albion 19, Augie 14 in Rock Island. Carthage leading Olivet. A little bit of a surprise there. Carthage 14, Olivet 6. And all those games playing either late in the first quarter or early in the second quarter. Here, 13-0, Elmhurst over Hope here on Blue Jay TV. So glad to have you alongside as Brett Bayer is ready to kick it away. Van Vliet and Lee back deep for Hope. Elmhurst leading 13-0, able to force 3 punts from the Hope College Flying Dutchmen. Dutchmen, their white uniforms, will hit their first drive going from left to right so far in this game. It's Van Vliet from the 2. Van Vliet angling towards the middle of the field from the near side. He is gobbled up by Andy Warson. Is in on the tackle initially with the hit. So Hope will set up. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line of Hope. Flying Dutchman will start behind Rob Kish. First drive for Hope was really good. If you're just joining us, drove deep in Elmhurst territory, but then a penalty and a 40-yard sack on a forced fumble. Kish had to go recover himself. Kish takes the option towards the far side. Kish has some running room all the way down past the 30. On the far side, Rob Kish so far today for Hope, 4 for 8 for 40 yards via the air.
Rob Kish, the ball carrier, picks up 7
And if you take away the long 26-yard sack, 3 carries for 17 yards. Just 17 yards of rushing offense for Hope so far in the game. Chris Lee towards the near side. Lee, spin move. And it looks like we're going to get a flag on the play, but Lee coming all the way towards the near sideline. Now cutting back inside the numbers, and he is all the way into Elmhurst territory, but I think this one's coming back. It's in the area of offensive holding. Lee making all sorts of men miss, and Eddie Byer was the one who made the eventual stop in Elmhurst territory, but everybody's moving back. With 5:37 to go, we'll get the call in just a moment. Our referee, Kent Holmquist, tell us what's up. Illegal block in the back. Sounded like 77 Jordan Van Dort. Might have been 87 Cody Alber. 87 Cody Alber is the one. They said 97, but I don't believe there's a 97 on the offensive side. So Cody Alber, the tight end, called for the penalty, and that'll back up Hope after a long gain for Chris Lee is negated. 5:37 to go. Second and 13 for Hope. Kish in the gun. Takes the snap, rolling towards the far side, a designed run. Rob Kish has an opening towards the far side, outside the far hash mark, and down to the 29-yard line. It'll be third down there for Hope, but twice Rob Kish has had openings to that left side, a wrinkle that the Elmhurst defense is going to have to pay attention to. Hope likes to run it with Rob Kish and Chris Lee, and let's see if... Yeah, last week he had 12 carries for 34 yards. Let's see how Elmhurst does. Now Kish under center, and they will change the formation. Alber coming to the near side, the tight end. 2 receivers as well to that side. Kish wants it, and he is gobbled up quickly. Kish taken down in the backfield by Alec Detoli. Detoli coming in for his first collegiate start, and Detoli replacing Brian Tucker does admirably on that one, and it's another punt. Loss of 3, and Dean DeVries on to punt for the 4th time for the Flying Dutchman. That one booted, really big punt. Way back goes Hossman. He will let it bounce. What a huge punt. That one all the way down to the Elmhurst 20-yard line, and you could see why Dean DeVries is in line. His career average of 40.7 is in line to shatter the Hope career record, which was set in 1979 by Hendry Loudermilk. 38.9 average. DeVries averaging 40.7 on his career, and I have a feeling that one will bump it up a little bit. "53 yards officially on the punt to the Elmhurst 21-yard line. 1st and 10, where they will set up going from right to left. Keelan Miller coming in motion to the near side. The handoff is inside. Garrett Claxon, nowhere to go. Claxon gobbled up very quickly. Steven Gerger in on the stop.
Claxon, the ball carrier, tackled by Gerger. No gain on the play.
No gain, and we still have not seen Josh Williams. I haven't seen Josh Williams since the second drive for Elmhurst. Williams was dominating this game at one point, but now it'll be up to Campbell, Tyler Smith, and Garrett Claxon. At least so it seems for now. That looks like it's good. I believe it. Offensive lineman moved. A couple of players moved. Let's see the official call. Jacob Vanderveen and Danny McHale, the experienced offensive lineman. They called encroachment, and I thought I was right. Jacob Vanderveen moved first, and that forced Danny McHale to move. And Vanderveen is caught on encroachment, and 5 extra yards for the Blue Jays. 5 extra yards that they're gonna need without Josh Williams on the field currently. With 3:13 to go in the second half, good chance to run one of those 4-minute drills. Run that clock, get some points heading into the locker room. Now under 3 minutes to play, first half. Campbell out of the pistol, takes the snap, runs straight up the middle. Zach Campbell saw a hole and he took it, but it gobbled up quickly. Alex Harless in on the stop. As you see there, he got Tyler Smith, just could not block Alex Harless, and that's something else you miss with Josh Williams when it comes to a quarterback draw type of play. Josh Williams is a much bigger back. Williams a much better pass blocking back as well. And Tyler Smith. 3rd down and 3 for Elmhurst from the 28-yard line. Campbell sends Garrett Claxton in motion to the far side. Takes the snap at the left hash. Now rolling to the far side, finds Claxton. Claxton, spin move. Did he get the first down? Yes, he did. Garrett Claxton down to the 32-yard line and an Elmhurst first down. And Elmhurst loves to run that play where they motion the man to the far side and then try to almost catch the defense in a switch. That's exactly what they did there. Claxton, second team preseason All-American. 2 split backs. He hands off to Smith, angling towards the near sideline. Tyler Smith trying to get the sideline. Looks like there'll be a flag. This one may come back. Tyler Smith tackled by, looked like Jacob Pardonnet in on the stop. Give the official tackle to Colin Kelly, but it looks like this one's coming back. Elmhurst is backing up as we speak. Holding on the right tackle, Billy Schaefer, 6'3", 250-pound junior, starting his second collegiate game. The Elmhurst offensive line is not very experienced, but they've done a good job so far today creating holes for Josh Williams. Timeout Hope with 1:39 to go. And Elmhurst leading 13-0 here at Langhorse Field. And give us another chance to look a little bit more in-depth at the out-of-town scoreboard, including some of the scoring plays. Milliken 10, Kalamazoo 10. Touchdown for the Big Blue. Coming from the defensive side, or at least that's what it looks like. Adrian losing at Wheaton, it's still 21-0 to Wheaton. St. Norbert 21, North Park 7. North Park's touchdown, Devin Childress, T.D. Conway. That's the favorite duo right there, is Devin Childress, one of the best receivers in the CCIW. North Central leading 13-0. A blocked punt. Matt Randolph recovering into the end zone, and then Hunneford is in at quarterback for North Central, and that means that Dylan Warden has been unseated as the quarterback at North Central by the Dylan Warden, who led Division III in pass efficiency last season, is not the starting quarterback at North Central, and that just tells you what kind of player Justin Hunneford is. Restart, 1:39 to go, 13-0 Elmhurst lead. Elmhurst deep in their own territory. Campbell will run it ahead himself, breaking a couple of tackles, but still not much of a gain. It will go backwards for the Blue Jays back inside their own 20. Clock running under a minute and a half, and now a timeout will be called by Hope. They want the football back at some point with 1:20 to go. Elmhurst will have second down and a ways to go. It'll be 2nd and 25 after the timeout. But so back to North Central, Justin Hunneford, the Chicago Tribune High School Player of the Year last season, is a freshman quarterback at North Central, and he is starting. Dylan Warden also has played, however, so perhaps two-quarterback system, but Hunneford is the only one who has thrown so far. He's 3 for 4 for 63 yards and a score. Dylan Warden has ran the ball, 3 carries, 7 yards. Gained also a 3-yard loss, making his net 4. Albion and Augie, a high-scoring affair in the second quarter. Albion 20, Augie 14. Sam Frasco, the reigning CCIW Player of the Week, and he's making another good case, although Johnny Peltz would have something to say about that. 7 for 11, 96 yards and a score via the air. 6 carries, 69 yards, and a score via the ground. Just inside the far hash mark. Now the Blue Jays will set up. It's Zach Campbell in the pistol with Tyler Smith behind him. Campbell rolling out towards the near side, wants to throw, looking deep, and it is almost intercepted, incomplete. A miscommunication between Campbell and Kalen Miller. Miller broke towards the sideline. Campbell threw that one inside. And almost making a big play, Kirk Gibson, the cornerback. And now it's 3rd and 25, and you save a timeout for Hope on that play. With 1:13 to go, Elmhurst deep in their own territory, trying to get some offense going. If that pass completed, it's near the first down marker. Campbell showing that he does have some arm strength back there. Yes, he can throw the ball, even though he's been running for the most part today. 8 carries, 49 yards for Campbell. 4 for 8 for 41 yards via the air. Campbell, quick snap, and it looks like we'll have a false start on Connor Brewer, who did not get set. That was a very quick snap. Blue Jays trying to catch Hope off guard, but they caught themselves off guard. Let's see the call. False start on the offense, Connor Brewer. Play clock was about to expire, the reason why they snapped it so quickly. 1 minute and 13 seconds resetting the play clock here, and it's 13-0 Elmhurst over Hope, but a 3rd and 2 miles to come up. All the way back to the Elmhurst 19-yard line. They need to get to the 42 for a first down. And Elmhurst will call a timeout here with 1:13 to play. Stats so far. "35 plays, 210 yards of total offense for Elmhurst. 19 plays, 62 yards of total offense for Hope. Although you can add about 26 of that due to the long sack that goes for a big loss. 6 yards per play for the Blue Jays. And that's been key for Elmhurst so far. Josh Williams was really the key initially on the offensive side, but we have not seen Williams for the last couple of possessions. Not sure what the deal is with Josh. We'll get you word as soon as possible on that. So now 3rd, a long way to go. 3rd and 30 for the Blue Jays. 3 receivers, 2 near side, 2 backs for Zach Campbell. Campbell will hand off near side Connor Brewer, who has an opening. Brewer towards the near sideline, angling and then hustling for a couple of more, but it will not be nearly close to the first down. Gets past the 25-yard line. Timeout Hope to the 26-yard line, and Elmhurst will be forced to punt. Good first half for Zach Campbell. He's been efficient, 4 for 8, 41 yards through the air, and then 8 carries, 49 yards. Connor Brewer's first carry goes for 14, and the final timeout called by the Hope College Flying Dutch. On the Hope side, Rob Kish, 4 carries, 25 yards. He has after the 29-yard loss, his total is -4, but he's gained 25 yards on the designed runs. That one was a sack where the ball got hit away by Miles Carroll, and the ball went all the way back way deep. That was when Hope's first drive, and Hope really looked strong on that first drive. And a couple of Flying Dutch back to receive this punt. Tom Finucane is punting for the Blue Jays. Brett Bayer, the punter for the initial parts of this game. Finucane, 4 punts for 40.5 yards of average last week. Left-footed punter kicks it away. It's taken by Mick Luziak. And there's a flag coming in late. A couple of flags coming in. Number 22, Mike Mikluziak, was the returner, and we'll see what the penalty flags are. But Hope might, if this is on the Blue Jays with just under a minute to play, Hope could have really good starting field position. The referee, Kent Holmquist. The umpire is Tim Polson. Linesman, Tim Duffy. Head linesman, Steve Schroeder. Chad Schultz, Jake Will, and Corey Mandlick are the other referees here in the game. They are huddling, a bunch of referees huddling together, trying to get these calls correct. The Blue Jay defense might be forced into their own territory if the calls go that way. Right now, the ball is spotted at the Hope 46. 55.7 to go, 13-0 Elmhurst. With the first half ticking away here. Ron Plans sweeping the turf just out of the officials grouping right next to the Elmhurst huddle. Hope College is spread out, not in the huddle on the far side, waiting to get their offense set, and it looks like we will get the call. They had offsetting holding penalties. And we may have to re-kick this one. We'll see he will talk to the head coach of the Flying Dutchman. Dean Krebs is and we will re-kick it. Replaying the down here. And Finucane will get his second chance at a punt. With the wind blowing, Finucane hit a low line drive last time. Wouldn't be surprised to see that again. Dean Krebs in his 21st season. 107 and 90 overall at Hope. Snap is good. Finucane's kick is in the air, and it's angling towards the near sideline. It is not deep. That is a short punt, and we'll see where they spot it. Looks like they will spot it at the 45 of Hope. So Hope with good field position to start this off. 49 seconds to go, trailing by 13. Definitely Hope wants to get some points out of this drive before going into the locker room. Elmhurst defense has been stout so far, giving up just 62 yards of total offense. No turnovers so far for either team. Hope 0 of 4 on third down. Elmhurst 4 of 8. A stark improvement from last week. Kish in the gun, takes the snap, looking towards the left, looking down the sideline. He's got a man, and it is caught on the far sideline. Matt Kroll hauls in the pass on the far sideline into Elmhurst territory. What a great throw by Kish. From the near sideline, or from the near hash, I should say, to the far sideline. That is not an easy throw. Stepping out of bounds to save some clock. 43.7 to go. No timeouts for Hope. But they set up at the Elmhurst 32-yard line, 1st and 10. Kish with 2 receivers far side, 1 receiver near side. 1 back, it's Chris Lee. Elmhurst showing blitz, and it looks like we're going to false start left side of the line. But was Elmhurst offsides? Did they force that? Let's see what the call is. It's going to be encroachment. You saw Elmhurst coming in on a blitz. Check it out on the replay here. Coming in on the blitz to the far side, and then Alec Detoli was a little too eager. Give 5 extra yards to the Flying Dutchman. 1st down and 5. 43 seconds on the clock here. 13-0 Elmhurst. Late in the first half. Kish breaks the huddle with a trips formation. 3 receivers to the far side. Chris Lee. And hold the phone here. So 43 seconds on the clock. Now Albert is the lone tight end to the near side, but still trips receivers far side. Rob Kish takes the snap, looking towards that left side. Has a man, Albert's wide open. Albert heading inside the 20 towards the 15-yard line. Cody Albert just on a crossing route. Kish finds him wide open in the middle of the field, and then he scampers out towards the far sideline. Clock will stop to reset the chains. 35.6. It looks like Albert got out of bounds as well. Elmhurst leading 13-0, 35.6 to go. Towards the near side for the end zone. Incomplete. Intended for number 80, Matt Kroll. Lots of contact on the play, but good coverage by Sean Weatherall. No flag on the play. Under 30 to play now. 2nd and 10 for the Flying Dutchman. Kish working from the shotgun. Takes the snap, looking towards the left. Going toward the end zone, incomplete. Charlie Krieger with the coverage. Kish just missed that pass. Kish had a man. Charlie Krieger draped all over the intended target, Jake Helm. 3rd down and 10. Hope at the 11-yard line of Elmhurst. 2 receivers far side. Rob Kish in the gun with Chris Lee to his right. 26 seconds to play. Kish barking out signals. Beautiful day here at Elmhurst. Hope trying to get on the scoreboard. It's a fade to the near sideline. Looking up, making the catch for the touchdown. No signal. There it is. Touchdown for the Flying Dutchman. What a catch. Number 82, Jake Helm, matched up against Tyler Hassman at 6'3", 210 against 5'11", 170, and 6'3", 210 won the battle. With 19.6 to go, that is a key play for Hope heading into the locker room. Darren Ford in to kick the point after. He was 1 of 3 on point after attempts last week. This one is up, and it looks good. It is good. And after dominating the first half, or I suppose you could say the first 29.5 minutes of this game, Elmhurst only finds themselves up 6 with 19 seconds to play. Elmhurst doubling up Hope in terms of yards. 36 plays, 224 yards. And Hope 24 plays, 112 yards. But Hope right in this game with Robert Kish, his pass to the near side, hauled in on a beautiful play by Jake Helm. The Blue Jays have to be happy about the way they played and dominated this game, but you can't be happy with what you see on the scoreboard, as a couple are having to settle for a couple of field goals. Darren Ford and the Elmhurst, remember, will have the ball to open up the second half. But Rob Kish, very impressive on that last drive.
Ford to kick it away for Hope.
Darren Ford to kick it away. Tyler Smith and Tyler Hassman back deep for the Blue Jays. 20 seconds to go, 13-7. And this kick is short towards the left side, taken on the far side. And he forced out of bounds quickly. Connor Brewer was the one to take that one on special teams, one of the upbacks. And Elmhurst, we'll see if they try to run something. They may just need the clock out, getting the ball to start the second half. 15.8 seconds left here in the first half. And it looks like they are setting up in that formation. in the victory formation in the first half, not the second half. And Campbell will take a knee to run out the clock, and the Blue Jays will head into the locker room up by 6, 13-7. Go through some stats. Just mentioned doubling up Hope Elmhurst in terms of yards. 36 plays, 224 yards. Elmhurst 24 plays, 112 yards, 6.03 yards per play, but on the scoreboard where it counts, Elmhurst only leads by 6, 13-7. 182 rushing yards to Hope's 22. And remember that those rushing yards also include 29 yards of a loss from a sack. Individually, for the Elmhurst College Blue Jays, Josh Williams only played a couple of possessions. 15 carries, 120 yards, and a touchdown. Have not had any word on what's going on with Josh, but we'll try to get that at halftime for you for the second half. Campbell, 8 carries, 49 yards, the quarterback. And Campbell also 4 of 8 through the air for 41 yards. And the one touchdown coming from Josh Williams. And we will head into the half, 13-7, Elmhurst leading Hope. And we'll come back with the second half of action in about 15 minutes on Blue Jay TV.
Welcome to the cultural season at Elmhurst College. Elmhurst is a place of values and conviction. We were founded by 19th century reformers who believed in human potential, loved learning, and had standards. More than 140 years later, we still do. We still attract students and teachers who want to think for themselves and act on principles, who challenge and respect one another, who engage, serve, and celebrate our diverse, dynamic, interdependent world. A few years ago, to be clear about things, we wrote down our core values. This year, we asked some of our students what those values mean to them.
Elmhurst College is unique in so many ways.
Here we really do have values, and my professors know the values, and they push me to be those values.
Stewardship and faith and community and service, and it really does bring in kind of a level of just interaction with values that you never got before.
But as you kind of develop yourself over the years, you start to realize these values mean so much more, and you start to uncover the true meaning behind them.
You begin to see equivalencies between your life and the school, and then you discover that you're not just in a place of learning, you're also in a place of growing, you're in a place of maturity and value, exactly that, core values.
Intellectual excellence means allowing our minds to grow in ways that we've never thought they could before. It means exploring those new pathways, seeing how we could do things different. It means stepping outside of our box of what we know and what we're comfortable with and taking those risks to really grow and make things better. I think that's really the core of what intellectual excellence is.
The professors set the standard of intellectual excellence, and that rubs off on the students, and I feel like that's rubbed off on me.
You really have to push yourself. So to know that's actually a value here is pretty important, because that's something I value on my own. So if my college values it as well, that means I really belong here.
To say that Elmhurst College values community, I think, is an understatement. I think Elmhurst College is community in so many ways.
Coming to Elmhurst College, a small college, it has to be about community.
It doesn't really matter who you are or where you've come from. Everyone here will just love you for who you are.
The fact that every individual and every unique person is allowed to be in an environment together and learn from each other and grow with each other.
Just the fact that it's smaller and that you form those one-on-one relationships, it encourages like creativity and questioning and all the things I wanted out of my college experience.
Social responsibility means caring for each individual as a person.
There are all these people, and they're all more important than my general happiness as a single person.
You're not only trying to better yourself, but I feel like it also means it's your job that you better your community too.
Knowing that there's something larger than yourself and that you can play a part in making someone else's life better.
Taking what I learned from my family, that others come before me, and translating that into the entire world.
It's really awesome to be in a place where not only are you worrying about academics, but it's also teaching me how to be a better person.
To me, stewardship is just being responsible, really thinking about your actions.
If I'm going to say that, I believe in this philanthropy, I think we should do this, I need to follow through with my actions.
What I found coming to Elmhurst is that there are lots of people that feel the same way. So it was easy to find a group of people who were so engaged in service and so willing to help.
Kind of made me reflect on, what do I value in life? Why am I here? They really did kind of push me to the next level and make me think about that, and I think that I'm a better person for it.
Values really help shape identity. If you really don't understand your values, you're not really understanding a part of who you are.
I was more sheltered until I came here, and Elmhurst has really kind of made me step out of my comfort zone and learn more about what I want to do and what I believe in.
Places like the chaplain's office and the Niebuhr Center for Faith and Action give me safe places where I can go to discuss my faith and to discuss my values with people that I know I trust and people that I know I can count on to influence me and to lead me in the right direction.
You can never be forced out of your faith or forced into a different kind of faith as long as you're at Elmhurst, that you really are given the ability to take your pick and always have encouragement from your peers, never shunned or excluded or pressured into something else. There's always a place for you.
If you believe you're here on this earth for a reason, that's going to affect the way you live your life. That's going to affect the way you treat your academics, the way you treat your social life, the way you look at your future and the goals that you have. Those things seem like really big things, but all of that boils down to the way you live your everyday life.
We value
intellectual excellence,
Community.
Social responsibility.
stewardship.
Faith, meaning, and values.
I have had a great experience at Elmhurst. I'm obviously involved with the volleyball program, and it's been a really good experience for me. I would say we're pretty close because we practice 5 days a week for 2.5 hours. We're lifting, we're doing bonding things, and we're traveling on the weekends. So you're pretty much with these girls for 3 months every single day for hours. So we're all pretty close, and we rely on each other and ask each other for help.
Last year we had all of our girls leave except me and another girl, so we kind of got put into our captain positions. And it's not that I didn't want to do it, but I didn't know if I was ready to take that leadership role yet. But because I was thrown into it, I had to do it. So it helped me as a person and to help lead the dance team and be in control. I mean, it's difficult sometimes, no doubt about it. It's very stressful sometimes, but I probably, as much as I complain about it, I probably wouldn't change it for the world because it's making me who I am today.
I've had a great experience at Elmhurst, I really have. I think that the college is all about making the individual well-rounded, and I do think that I have grown up a lot since I've been at college. I've played soccer and I'm in the nursing program, and I lived on campus for 2 years. It's been great, and I've made so many new friends, and there's just so much here to offer. I just love it.
Wrestling here has been great. I've been able to achieve some of my goals I've set for myself, and I guess coming to a smaller school in wrestling, I got to be able to start right away and wrestle every year so far. Coming here and be able to compete right away is great. Going into college, I really didn't know what I was going to do. I was undecided, and then going through taking classes, I figured out what I wanted to do. I want to work with other people, like with kids, and help them develop.
I really like doing the dance team because I've been dancing since I was 3, so coming here and joining the dance team was an obvious choice of something that I'd wanted to do. The whole experience for me is a confidence builder, and being able to connect with students in the crowd, not even to know them, but just to get them to smile while you're at a game. I think that's such a
Welcome to the cultural season at Elmhurst College. Elmhurst is a place of values and conviction. We were founded by 19th century reformers who believed in human potential, loved learning, and had standards. More than 140 years later, we still do. We still attract students and teachers who want to think for themselves and act on principles, who challenge and respect one another, who engage, serve, and celebrate our diverse, dynamic, interdependent world. A few years ago, to be clear about things, we wrote down our core values. This year, we asked some of our students what those values mean to them.
Elmhurst College is unique in so many ways.
Here we really do have values, and my professors know the values, and they push me to be those values.
Stewardship and faith and community and service, and it really does bring in kind of a level of just interaction with values that you never got before.
But as you kind of develop yourself over the years, you start to realize these values mean so much more, and you start to uncover the true meaning behind them.
You begin to see equivalencies between your life and the school, and then you discover that you're not just in a place of learning, you're also in a place of growing, you're in a place of maturity and value exactly that, core values.
Intellectual excellence means allowing our minds to grow in ways that we've never thought they could before. It means exploring those new pathways, seeing how we could do things different. It means stepping outside of our box of what we know and what we're comfortable with and taking those risks to really grow and make things better. I think that's really the core of what intellectual excellence is.
The professors set the standard of intellectual excellence, and that rubs off on the students, and I feel like that's rubbed off on me.
You really have to push yourself. So to know that's actually a value here is pretty important because that's something I value on my own. So if my college values it as well, that means I really belong here.
To say that Elmhurst College values community, I think, is an understatement. I think Elmhurst College is community in so many ways.
Coming to Elmhurst College, a small college, it has to be about community.
It doesn't really matter who you are or where you've come from. Everyone here will just love you for who you are.
The fact that every individual and every unique person is allowed to be in an environment together and learn from each other and grow with each other.
Just the fact that it's smaller and that you form those one-on-one relationships, it encourages like creativity and questioning and all the things I wanted out of my college experience.
Social responsibility means caring for each individual as a person.
There are all these people, and they're all more important than my general happiness as a single person.
You're not only trying to better yourself, but I feel like it also means it's your job that you better your community too.
Knowing that there's something larger than yourself and that you can play a part in making someone else's life better.
Taking what I learned from my family, that others come before me, and translating that into the entire world.
It's really awesome to be in a place where not only are you worrying about academics, but it's also teaching me how to be a better person.
To me, stewardship is just being responsible, really thinking about your actions.
If I'm going to say that, I believe in this philanthropy, I think we should do this, I need to follow through with my actions.
What I found coming to Elmhurst is that there are lots of people that feel the same way. So it was easy to find a group of people who were so engaged in service and so willing to help.
Kind of made me reflect on, what do I value in life? Why am I here? They really did kind of push me to the next level and make me think about that, and I think that I'm a better person for it.
Values really help shape identity. If you really don't understand your values, you're not really understanding a part of who you are.
I was more sheltered until I came here, and Elmhurst has really kind of made me step out of my comfort zone and learn more about what I want to do and what I believe in.
Places like the chaplain's office and the Niebuhr Center for Faith and Action give me safe places where I can go to discuss my faith and to discuss my values with people that I know I trust and people that I know I can count on to influence me and to lead me in the right direction.
You can never be forced out of your faith or forced into a different kind of faith as long as you're at Elmhurst, that you really are given the ability to take your pick and always have encouragement from your peers, never shunned or excluded or pressured into something else. There's always a place for you.
If you believe you're here on this earth for a reason, that's going to affect the way you live your life. That's going to affect the way you treat your academics, the way you treat your social life, the way you look at your future and the goals that you have. Those things seem like really big things, but all of that boils down to the way you live your everyday life.
We value
intellectual excellence,
community,
social responsibility,
stewardship,
faith, meaning, and values.
I have had a great experience at Elmhurst. I'm obviously involved with the volleyball program, and it's been a really good experience for me. I would say we're pretty close because we practice 5 days a week for 2.5 hours. We're lifting, we're doing bonding things, and we're traveling on the weekends. So you're pretty much with these girls for 3 months every single day for hours. So we're all pretty close, and we rely on each other and ask each other for help.
Last year we had all of our girls leave except me and another girl, so we kind of got put into our captain positions, and it's not that I didn't want to do it, but I didn't know if I was ready to take that leadership role yet. But because I was thrown into it, I had to do it. So it helped me as a person and to help lead the dance team and be in control. I mean, it's difficult at sometimes, no doubt about it. It's very stressful sometimes, but I probably, as much as I complain about it, I probably wouldn't change it for the world because it's making me who I am today.
I've had a great experience at Elmhurst, I really have. I think that the college is all about making the individual well-rounded, and I do think that I have grown up a lot since I've been at college. I've played soccer and I'm in the nursing program, and I lived on campus for 2 years. It's been great, and I've made so many new friends, and there's just so much here to offer. I just love it.
Wrestling here has been great. I've been able to achieve some of my goals I've set for myself, and I guess coming to a smaller school in wrestling, I got to be able to start right away and wrestle every year so far. Coming here and be able to compete right away is great. Going into college, I really didn't know what I was going to do. I was undecided, and then going through taking classes, I figured out what I wanted to do. I want to work with other people, like with kids, and help them develop.
I really like doing the dance team because I've been dancing since I was 3, so coming here and joining the dance team was an obvious choice of something that I'd wanted to do. The whole experience for me is a confidence builder, and being able to connect with students in the crowd, not even to know them, but just to get them to smile while you're at a game. I think that's such a great feeling to know that, someone might have been having a bad day and they come and watch you dance, and maybe it's one of their favorite songs in the world that makes them smile no matter what. I mean, and to be able to be a part of that and to connect to somebody in that manner, I think that's a really cool experience to share in.
Welcome back to Langhorse Field for the second half of action between the Elmhurst College Blue Jays and the Hope College Flying Dutchmen. I'm Luke Tanaka, delighted to have you alongside and that you're spending a portion of your Saturday afternoon with us. Elmhurst got out quickly to a 13-0 lead with a 12-play, 80-yard drive that took over 7 minutes. That was their first. That was a field goal by Brett Bayer. And then the 77-play, 73-yard drive in 3 minutes and 43 seconds, capitalized by a Josh Williams touchdown. And that made it 10-0 Elmhurst. Then another field goal, 13 plays, 56 yards in 6 minutes. But then Hope answered in a big way at the end of the half. Took just 29 seconds to go 55 yards. As the clock ticked down, Rob Kish looked very effective in the first and the last drives of that first half. And in all reality, in the middle, it was not that great for the Hope College Flying Dutch, but they're right in this game exactly where they need to be. And they will be kicking off to Elmhurst in just a moment. 223 yards for Elmhurst, 112 yards for Hope. And set to kick it away. Hope College's Darren Ford's kick is in the air. Hausman from the 10. Tyler Hausman straight up the middle, has some running room. Hausman breaking tackles all the way down to the Elmhurst 36-yard line. And that's where the Blue Jay offense will set up shop. Elmhurst offense led by Josh Williams, who is in the huddle, and that's a positive sign for the Blue Jays. It looks like they may have a sort of a carry count, a pitch count, if you will, on Josh Williams. We did not see him a whole lot in that second quarter. Williams so far on the game, 15 carries, 120 yards, and a score. Josh Williams back in the huddle as the Elmhurst offense led by Zach Campbell sets up for their first play from scrimmage of the second half. 1st and 10 from the 36. 2 receivers far side, including Garrett Claxton. Now Kalen Miller coming in motion to that side as well. From the left hash, Campbell takes the snap, hands off Williams inside, right side run. And it didn't go very far. Adam Walma and the linebacker in on the stop as well. Not getting past that first line of the Hope defense. Jacob Vanderveen and Adam Walma on the left side of the line in on the stop. Williams gains 4, though that's exactly what Josh Williams does. He eats up yards like nobody's business. And he's down to the 40-yard line of the Blue Jays. Campbell in the pistol. 2 backs, including Evan Lesky. Fakes to Lesky. Now the screen to Josh Williams, far side. Williams makes one man miss. And just a gain of about 2.5. Nice stop by Alex Harless. It looked like Josh Williams was going to make a man miss. Looked like Aaron O'Meara, but he was unable to make that guy miss. And O'Meara wraps up on the feet of Josh Williams. And big play here in this second half. Just getting underway, 13:43 to go in the third quarter, but at the same time, this is still a very big play because of the way Hope grabbed momentum at the end of that first half. Getting a first down here would be huge. Claxton in motion. Williams gets the handoff towards the right. Williams trying to plunge forward, but he does not get it. Williams is 2 yards short, and Elmhurst will be forced to punt on their first possession of the second half. Williams did a lot of dancing on that play, had to elude a lot of tacklers. Good penetration by the Hope defensive line. And the Flying Dutchmen are fired up on the opposite sideline, and for good reason. Stephen Gerger with the defensive end ended up getting credit for the tackle, and a big one for the Flying Dutchmen as they will get the football back. Brett Bayer back to punt. Right-footed punt is in the air. Fair catch called for. That's Alex Van Vliet, number 29, in on the catch as he will fair catch it. That will set up the Hope offense for their first drive of the second half with 12:45 to go here in the second half, here in the third quarter. First and 10 for Hope as they break the huddle. Rob Kish back out there. He had a great last drive of that half. Kish connecting on a couple of key plays, including the touchdown pass to Jake Helm. Kish takes the snap. It's going to be a run straight ahead. Quarterback draw, makes one man miss, and then he's down. Valdez honorable in on the stop, but not before a gain of about 7 for Hope. Hope offense in the first half. 3 receptions, 49 yards for Matt Kroll. Jake Helm, 2 receptions, 23 yards and a touchdown. Kish, 7 total completions on 13 attempts, 90 yards and a score. Chris Lee, the running back, 4 carries, 23 yards. As Kish runs the option, he will pitch. This is Lee. Lee spins. Warson in on the tackle, the initial hit. And it looks like the option will give Hope a first down past the 30-yard line. Moving the chains to the 33. Hope will set up first and 10 from there in just a moment. Rob Kish. 4 carries for Rob Kish at 20 yards in the first half. Kish with 3 receivers, 2 to the far side. It's Lee. Lee towards the near sideline. There's a flag on the play, but Lee is off and going down the near sideline. Chris Lee with all sorts of space, trying to cut back upfield. He lost the football. 17 for the Blue Jays has it. That's Trent Howard. Howard has the football at the Elmhurst 30-yard line. And they'll give up all the yards. First turnover of the game. Trent Howard, the man who fell on it. Senior linebacker Howard falls on top of it. Valdez honorable strips it as you check it out one more time. It looks like the strip was actually 19. Charlie Krieger got the strip. Krieger with the strip and Howard with the recovery. Blue Jays with the football, first and 10. Elmhurst chose to decline the penalty for obvious reasons, now having the football. Looks like a change of play. Logan Stelsreedy, the starting quarterback from game 1, is on the sideline in a sling. Zach Campbell out on the field. Claxton in motion, the lead blocker for Josh Williams. Running right, Josh Williams cutting towards the inside, just inside the right hash. And he is up for a gain. Call it 5 on the play. .33-yard line, 5 yards for Elmhurst, and a second down and 5. And Josh Williams, you could just tell when it comes to third down conversions, when you have Josh Williams in the game, it's not what he does on third down, it's what he does on first and second down. That's so good. Kaylin Miller comes in motion towards the far side, around Campbell. Campbell will pull it out of the belly, and he will try to get past Adam Walma, but Walma has been absolutely phenomenal on the line for defensively for Hope. Walma's been all over the field. He's got 7 tackles. Third down and 5, no gain. Zach Campbell, the second string quarterback into the game after Logan Stelsreed. He hurt his shoulder in last week's game. Campbell been good as a dual threat option today. Might have to throw it here on 3rd and 5. 3 receivers near side, 1 far side. Campbell back to throw, looking towards the near side. Will tuck it and try to run. Bouncing to the outside. Campbell nowhere to go, and he is brought down for a loss of about 1. And Elmhurst will be forced to punt. Williams was covered. Check out the replay. Claxon was covered. Sanfilippo was covered. Just no options for Zach Campbell. Good job by the Hope defense, and Brett Bayer is now into the ballgame to punt it away. 10 minutes and change to play here in the third quarter. 13-7, Elmhurst on top. Key turnover ends up in a quick out for the Blue Jays as Brett Bayer's kick is in the air. Spiraling kick back for Van Vliet, who receives it at the 24. Van Vliet trying to dance and make somebody miss, but he will not go anywhere. 1 yard return to the Hope 25-yard line, and that's where the offense will set up shop. .9:52 remaining here in the third quarter, and Hope will set up shop from their own 25-yard line. 13-7, Elmhurst on top. Elmhurst has not had anything going so far here in the second half. Kish under center with a fullback offset to the right. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 far side. Chris Lee is the long back. It'll be a fake to the fullback. Now a pitch to Lee, and the ball's on the ground. Kish pitched it, but it was not ready for Chris Lee, and Kish falls on top of it. Valdez Honorable almost caught it off of the deflection from Chris Lee, but Lee hit Honorable just hard enough. And Honorable putting his hands in the air, saying, I can't believe I didn't hold on to that ball, because if he does hold on to it, all he has to do is bounce off Lee's tackle, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. Loss of 8 for Hope from the 16-yard line, 2nd and 18. Kish under center once again, I formation with Lee out in the I. Lee straight ahead. Lee's got a hole. It's actually not Lee. It's the backup. It's Mikluziak instead. And Mikluziak charges forward for a couple, but still 3rd and long. Call it 3rd and 14. Blue Jays trying to pump up the crowd for some noise on a 3rd down. 3rd and 14 from the Hope 21-yard line. Kish takes the snap, rolls out to the far side. Kish squares up, throws, caught for the first down. Matt Kroll out of his break as the ball was 3/4 of the way to him. Kish and Kroll on the same page. First down, Hope. That's really just a great route, a great pitch and catch. Not much you can do if you're Charlie Krieger in defense. Right at the first down mark, Kroll knew exactly where to put himself and able to complete that pass. Offset I, here's Mikluziak up the middle, no gain, or just a gain of a couple maybe. Jimmy Abbott there first for the Blue Jays. Spotted at the 42, it'll be 2nd and 8, just a 2-yard gain for Mikluziak. Honorable comes off the field. Mikluziak dotting the I on 2nd and 8. Kish under center. Hard count, takes the snap, looking to throw. Kish looking down the middle, incomplete. A little bit low, intended for Matt Kroll. It was intended for a wide open Kroll, and it is incomplete. 3rd down and 8, another 3rd down. Let's see if the Blue Jays can get off the field. Still no Valdez Honorable in the game. Perot Charles the backup, in there as the rover for this play. Honorable getting a breather. Big 3rd and 8. 3 receivers, 1 back. Kish out of the shotgun. Tight end to the far side. Kish takes the low snap. Looking towards the near side. Throws the same pattern to this side of the field for Kroll. Spinning to the inside. Inside the numbers. Kroll is down past the 45 for a Hope first down. Same pattern and out. This time Tyler Hassman fell down, unable to make a play on the football. Elmhurst 41. A nice throw that time by Kish, throwing from the far hash to the near sideline. And with 7:30 to go, Hope with a first down at the Elmhurst 41-yard line. Kish has 4 receivers. Albert, the tight end, one of them on the far side. Quick handoff, and it is gobbled up in the backfield. Eddie Byer throws down the hands. Tackle for loss for him. That time, a small back. Zach Boersma, the junior, 5'6", 175 pounds, from Holland. And he will check out now. Mick Luziak back in the ballgame. A loss of 3, 2nd and 13 from the Elmhurst 44-yard line. 3 receivers, 1 back towards the left. Takes the snap, looking towards the left. Pass is caught. It's Kroll again. Kroll running with some more space to the 25 and more. All the way for a first down for Hope. And this is exactly what we saw from the Hope offense the first drive of the game when they drove right back down the field. But a penalty and then a strip sack and fumble that ended up going for a loss of 29 yards. Stopped the Hope College offense that time. Let's see if the Blue Jays can make another big play on defense. They made big plays last week, and that was the key in a 31-17 win over Loris. Kish takes the snap right in the middle of the field, looking towards the near side, looking for the touchdown target for the first time. Jake Helm, near sideline, incomplete. 6:11 to go. And it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Hope from the Elmhurst 24-yard line. Last week, defensive plays. First quarter against Loris. Trent Howard, strip sack, forced fumble. Warson, 18-yard pickup and score, scoop and score. And then in the 4th quarter, the Elmhurst defense really stepped up, allowing the Blue Jays to pull away. A block punt, another strip sack with a fumble recovery, and then 4 incompletions from the Elmhurst 27. Now from the 24, Kish throwing in a miscommunication, some pressure by Jimmy Abbott. Kish wanted to throw an out or a deep pattern, and Kroll tucked into the inside on a curl. Another 3rd down for Hope. Let's see what they do on this one. The last 2 third downs on this drive have been quick hitting outs that have gone for first downs. Jared Ropp, the fullback, is the back with Kish. 4 receivers with the tight end and big target Albert on the near side. He'll roll out to the far side. Kish throwing for the end zone, incomplete. And the Elmhurst defense holds at the 24. It'll be 4th down. And let's see what the Flying Dutch do with this. I have not seen a field goal unit come out yet. 4th down and 10, and Hope is going to go for it. And that is perhaps some lack of confidence in your kicker, Darren Ford, who didn't have a field goal attempt but went 1 of 3 on extra points last week. Rob Kish motioning to the gun. 3 receivers. Kish to throw, near side, looking for his man, and it is incomplete, out of bounds. Helm. No, it was Matt Kroll on the near side. They tried to run that exact same out pattern, and hard to see on the replay, but it sure looks like he was out of bounds on that catch. Good coverage. And incompletion will set up an Elmhurst first down. Good job by Hassman that time. He stayed on his feet and was able to force the incompletion. So 1st and 10 for Elmhurst from their own 24-yard line. Elmhurst breaks the huddle with 2 receivers far side, Sam Filippo near side, a tight end Claxon, and the All-American Josh Williams in the backfield. Campbell fakes the handoff, looking to run now towards the near sideline. He's got some speed, but some great closing speed by the Hope defenders. Like Campbell able to angle to the near sideline, and he's got a gain of about 8. Campbell switching smartly to the outside hand as he got towards the sideline. Forced out by a pair of Flying Dutch. And now the Blue Jays setting up second down, and let's call it 2 from the Elmhurst 32-yard line. Split backs in the backfield, now motioning Claxton to the tight end position. Williams behind Campbell in the pistol. Campbell takes the snap, handing off straight up the middle. Williams has a hole into the second level. Josh Williams for an Elmhurst first down to the 40-yard line. 5:30 to go. Third quarter, Elmhurst leading 13-7. Josh Williams brings 8 for an Elmhurst first down, and they will start from the 39.5-yard line. 2 receivers far side, Miller and Bowers. Williams with Claxton, split backs. Next to Campbell in the pistol. Takes the snap, wants to hand off Williams far side. Williams has a crease. Josh Williams turning it upfield inside the numbers and down into Hope territory past the 45 to the 43. Josh Williams showing up here in the second half. A great cut upfield to gain extra yardage for the running back in the All-American. Josh Williams now in the game, 20 carries, 154 yards, and the 1 Elmhurst touchdown. Elmhurst showing what their offense is like with Josh Williams on the field in the second quarter. Did not see a whole lot of Josh Williams. Perhaps just a pitch count for the Elmhurst running back, wanting to use him more and more here in the second half. Williams again, straight up the middle on a draw. Not much there. Gobbled up by the first level of the Hope defense, gain of 2. Walma in on the stop. Vanderveen looked like he was there as well. Pardonnet in the area. Call it a gain of 1.5. And we'll call it 2nd and 9. 4 minutes and ticking left in the third quarter. Elmhurst leading 13-7. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, split towards the left, and 1 back. It's Josh Williams. Campbell will pull it out. Campbell trying to get upfield, nowhere to go. Good job on the run blitz. Pardonnet in the middle of the Elmhurst backfield before Campbell could decide what to do with the ball. He took down Josh Williams, so Campbell had to take it himself. No gain on the play, maybe 1. And it'll be 3rd down and 8 for Elmhurst. Call it officially 3rd and 9. Elmhurst needs to get to the 34 if they want a first down. 3 wide receivers near side. 1 far side. Williams the back. Campbell throwing to the near side, and he bounces it to his intended target, Adam Bowers, on the sideline. Incomplete. And that will either force them to go for it on 4th and 9 or the punting unit. I do not see a punting unit. Looks like Elmhurst is going to go for it on 4th and 9. From the Hope 43-yard line, and it looks like it will be a punt. A late call on the punt, still 20 minutes to get the snap off, so plenty of time. But the Blue Jays thought about it. Ron Plans thought about it. Ron Plans 6-5 in his second season as the head man at Elmhurst. And instead, it will be a punt by Brett Bayer. Snap is good. Bayer's right-footed kick is angling towards the far sideline. Spinning kick in the air. It bounces towards the end zone, and it is downed at the 1-yard line. Elmhurst special teams coming up big again, just like last week. Andy Warson, Perot Charles, hands on his hips with the football at the 1-yard line. Warson keeps it, or it looks like, check that, it's Trent Howard who keeps it out of the end zone. And it's down at the half-yard line. Hope will start their offense there. 6-point lead for Elmhurst, under 3 minutes to play, third quarter. Kish straight under center. pair of backs, split backs for Kish. Kish takes the snap, and it's just a sneak forward, try to get a little extra space. And he's able to gain 1, maybe 1.5 on, it'll be 2nd down and 9. And to get a little bit more breathing room for Kish. Want to avoid any chance at a safety for another big play for the Elmhurst defense. Second down and 8 from the 3. Motioning receiver to the near side. They're going to hand it off Chris Lee. Lee spinning and brought down. Ogbabor there first. And also Andy Warson there to clean it up. 3rd and 4. Short 3rd down for Hope, but deep in their own territory.
Lee, the ball carrier, picks up 4 yards, stopped by Warson and Ogbabor. 3rd and 4 for Hope.
2 receivers, 1 split out each side. They're going to hand off Lee, left side. Lee getting the edge. Lee tripped up. Lee unable to make the play. Sean Weatherall, the safety with the stop. Here comes the punting unit for Hope. And if he doesn't make that play, if Weatherall doesn't make that play, Lee might be off to the races. No gain on the play. And it'll be a punt for Dean DeVries, one of the best punters in the MIAA. Kicks a low line drive that takes a Elmhurst bounce, and Elmhurst will set up shop. 1st and 10 from the Hope 40-yard line. And really, that's a big play on field position, and you got to give a big pat on the back to Brett Bayer and the coverage team of Elmhurst. The ability to down the ball. And Elmhurst will start with great field position at the Hope 40-yard line. That one was not one of DeVries' best punts, a line drive. Three receivers, 2 backs for Campbell. 1st and 10 from the Hope 40. Claxon in motion, going from the near side to the far side. Campbell gives off to Williams, who is bottled up immediately. Taking under a minute to play, Josh Williams taken down in the backfield for a loss of 4. Williams took the handoff, and he had a man on him almost immediately. A 4-yard loss for Josh Williams, one of the few carries that Josh Williams has lost yards this entire season. He did not lose a single yard when it came to the game against Loris. He has 2 carries where he has lost yardage here today against Hope. That just shows the power of the Hope defensive line. Quick snap for Zach Campbell, looking to the near side. Kalen Miller has the catch inside the numbers. Miller trying to make a man miss, but cannot. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage at the Hope 40-yard line. Clock winding down. Looks like that is going to end the quarter. No, we got 2.6 to go, and stopping the clock with 2.6. An injury to Sam Rathbun, and that will end the 3rd quarter. Rathbun on the sideline looks to be okay. He's walking back into the huddle. End of the 3rd quarter. No score in the 3rd quarter. 13-7. Elmhurst on top of Hope. We'll be back with the 4th quarter in just a moment on Blue Jay TV.
Wrestling here has been great. I've been able to achieve some of my goals I've set for myself, and I guess coming to a smaller school in wrestling, I got to be able to start right away and wrestle every year so far. Coming here and be able to compete right away is great. Going into college, I really didn't know what I was going to do. I was undecided, and then going through taking classes, I figured out what I wanted to do. I want to work with other people, like with kids, and help them develop.
Back for the 4th quarter here in Elmhurst. The Blue Jays leading 13-7. And for Elmhurst, Josh Williams, the key cog, as he always is, 22 carries, 151 yards, and a score, 6.9 yards per carry. Key play in the game, 3rd and 10 from the Hope 40-yard line, going now from left to right. Campbell back to pass, under trouble. Campbell looking to run for it. Campbell's got some space in front of him, looking to avoid a tackler. He's only going to gain about 5. Campbell 5.5 to the 35-yard line of Elmhurst. Campbell comes up limping a little bit. And Campbell goes down on the near sideline. He got hit hard, low on the legs. And an official's timeout will be called. Campbell is down right in front of the Elmhurst bench. And Campbell is the second quarterback for Elmhurst. The backup right now is Drew Domino. 6'1", 200-pound dart-throwing junior, Drew Domino. And now Ron Plans has an interesting dilemma in front of him. Brett Bayer already, and the coverage team has already dropped a punt inside the 1-yard line. But this one's at the 35. The other one they kicked, I believe, from about the 40-yard line. And Drew Domino is on the near sideline warming up. Zach Campbell got up immediately, but then started limping his right leg, and I think it's because the tackler went low on him, and it might be even just a shin bruise. But those, you get a helmet to the shin unprotected, that does not feel good. And I hope it's nothing serious if you're an Elmhurst fan with Zach Campbell. And Campbell's been good today. Zach Campbell so far in the ballgame, 13 carries, 63 yards total, and 57 officially. 6 for 11. Zach Campbell through the air, 48 yards and a 21-yard strike. And Mike Heffernan, one of the offensive coaches, looking in at Campbell to see what the deal is. Plans and trainer Ann Hutchins helping Campbell up, but does not look good. I don't think Zach Campbell's going to be able to continue. He's getting helped off the field, putting no weight on the right leg. And the Elmhurst offense will go for it with their 3rd quarterback of the season in 2 games. It's Drew Domino. Drew Domino, 3rd-string quarterback, 6'1", 200-pound junior from Parkland, Florida, and St. Thomas Aquinas. Takes the snap. Needs 5 for the first down. In trouble. Pitching to the cast is complete. Joe Sanfilippo. First down, Elmhurst. Drew Domino almost gets sacked, eludes the pressure, steps up in the pocket, and throws a dart to Sanfilippo. And you can tell what kind of arm strength Drew Domino has just because that throw was a flick of the wrist, and he got that to Sanfilippo in a hurry down the field. First down, Zach Campbell being attended to on the training table right below us. We'll keep you updated. But for now, Elmhurst in scoring range at the 25-yard line of Hope. First down and 10. Domino takes the snap, hands off Williams near side. Josh Williams getting bottled up. Now turns it upfield. Williams turning it upfield, getting a couple of yards. And it looks like he'll gain about 5 to the 20-yard line. And there's a flag on the play. Looks like holding against Elmhurst. We'll get the official call in just a moment. I believe the run was to the 20. We're still awaiting the announcement of the penalty from Kent Holmquist down on the field. Here it comes. So it'll be 1st and 20 for the Blue Jays, now out of field goal range of the 35, and their 3rd-string quarterback in the game. Drew Domino in the pistol with Josh Williams behind him. Always nice for a 3rd-string quarterback when you have an All-American running back standing 2 yards behind you. Joe Sanfilippo and Garrett Claxton to the near side. Domino looking to pass, throwing the fade to Sanfilippo, unable to connect with Sanfilippo on the double move attempt. Just a little too far over striking his intended target, and now it will be 2nd and 20 for Elmhurst from the 35 of Hope. Domino, a pocket passer for these Blue Jays. Campbell, a dual threat guy. Breaking the huddle, 3 receivers far side, including Claxton, but all alone on the near side, Kalen Miller. Miller, the all-conference player. Domino wants to go far side, caught by Adam Bowers on a juggle. And Bowers will gain about 7, but it'll still be a long 3rd down. If Bowers catches that cleanly, he might have a little bit more room to run, but the extra bobble had him wait just a second. And now Adam Bowers is walking off the field. Another official's timeout with 13-14 to go here in the 4th quarter. Bowers will be attended to. Drew Domino in the huddle. And he ready. Short on the play clock. They got 7 on the play clock. They're going to have to call timeout here unless they get this off in a hurry. 3, 2 on the play clock. 1, they get it off. Domino rolling to the near side is in trouble and is sacked. He is dropped at the 31-yard line, and Elmhurst is going to have all sorts of trouble if they want to go for a field goal here. That's a really long field goal into the wind. So let's see if Elmhurst decides to go for it. It's a really long 3rd down. And Bayer is coming out. Looks like the punting unit, so they will try to play field position with the 3rd-string quarterback in the game. 12 minutes and change to go. The Blue Jays opting to play field position, punting from the Hope 32-yard line. Bayer snap is good. Punt is angling towards the near sideline, and he shanked it. Brett Bayer absolutely shanks the punt off the side of his foot. That's going to be maybe a 6-yard punt. Ron Plans talking to Brett Bayer on the near sideline. That was not pretty. A shank off the side of a foot. Bayer had a great one earlier. And officially a 4-yard punt. Hope will set up shop at their own 29-yard line. Big momentum swing with Zach Campbell. Looks like Campbell will not be back into the game. You can't say that for sure. He's getting wrapped up on that right leg right below us. Here's Lee straight ahead, nowhere to go. Tackle by Warson and Eddie Bayer. And it'll be 2nd down and 9 for Hope from the Hope 30-yard line. Campbell still sitting on the training table, doesn't look eager to get back into the game. Looks like this could be Drew Domino's game. In all reality, it's the Elmhurst defense's game with 11:30 to play. And Elmhurst leading by 6. Rob Kish under center. Hard count, takes the snap. Fake to the fullback, looking towards over the middle, incomplete. Tyler Schwartz was there, and it looks like another injury. That's Sean Weatherall, number 26, who was right in on the hit as well. And another Elmhurst player on the ground. It's been a busy few minutes for the training staff. Weatherall gets the pass breakout, but also a little woozy after the hit. He's up and walking, which is a good sign. But he does not. He's a little shaken up here. He will come out of the game. That means we could see Tristan Bolus, and we do, number 31. Only played 1 game in his collegiate career. 3rd down and 9 from the Hope 30-yard line. Elmhurst defense looking for some noise. They need a big play here. 3 receivers, 1 tight end near side, and a back for Kish. Surveying the defense. Takes the snap, rolling to the far side. Kish stepping up in the pocket, throwing deep, and it is incomplete. Intended for Van Vliet. He had him past Tyler Schwartz down the far numbers, but just unable to connect with his receiver, and Hope will be forced to punt to the Blue Jay offense. 11:13 to go. Dean DeVries into punt. Five punts, an average of 41 yards. Hausman calls for the fair catch on the line drive. Hausman could have had a return there if he angled to the far sideline, could have at least gotten 10 yards. Hausman instead opting for the fair catch, but he didn't have anybody within 15 yards of him when he made that catch. And I think he knows it too. Hausman just a sophomore in his first year of return duties. Elmhurst will take over 1st and 10 from their own 30. Drew Domino leading the huddle. No more Zach Campbell. Third string quarterback Domino in the game. Elmhurst leading 13-7 with 11 minutes to play. Spencer Frisbee, Jared Claxton near side, Kalen Miller all alone to the far side. Domino has Josh Williams in his left pocket. Williams gets the handoff and goes forward for about 1. And Hope really zeroing in on the run with a new quarterback in the game. And you don't have the dual threat abilities that Zach Campbell has when you have Drew Domino in the game. You do have a little bit more of an arm. Campbell did not pass for a whole lot, and we have seen Domino's arm strength and his ability to essentially flick his wrist and send it 10 or 15 yards downfield. 4 receivers and Josh Williams. 2nd and 9 from the Elmhurst 31. Williams running near side. Williams has a hole. Josh Williams running to the 45-50, and Josh Williams brought down at midfield for an Elmhurst first down. No way to keep contained that time. Great blocking from the offensive line, and Josh Williams cuts it upfield for a big gain. Elmhurst flips the field, first down and 10 from midfield. 6-point lead and 10 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Elmhurst looking to start off the season 2-0. Hope looking for their first win. Fell to Monmouth last week. 2 backs for Drew Domino. 2 receivers far side. Kalen Miller near side. Snap and the give to Williams. Up the middle. Josh Williams is free. Josh Williams past the 35 to the 30. Taken down officially the 32-yard line. Another first down, 18-yard carry for Williams. A big hole in the middle of that offensive line, and Williams would have walked through that one. The safeties, Colin Kelly and Kyle Reason, have to make the stop. Kelly, the leading tackler returner for the Hope College Flying Dutchman, but you hope that Kelly isn't making a whole lot more stops when it comes to Josh Williams. He's not an easy man to bring down. Drew Domino hands off Williams left side. Williams cutting it upfield, nowhere to go. Bottled up quickly, a gain of 2 to the Hope 30-yard line. 2nd and 8 coming up. Nice play by the defensive line.
Williams picks up 2 yards on the rush, met by O'Meara and Ellsworth for Hope.
Aaron O'Meara, the linebacker, in on the stop. O'Meara's been everywhere that the ball has been for Elmhurst. O'Meara with 8 tackles. Kelly leads the team so far with 11. Domino's split backs. Hands off, Williams again, left side, nowhere to go. O'Meara again in the area. As was Ian Gregerson. Now a real test for Domino. A 3rd and long, 3rd and 8 from the Elmhurst 30-yard, or from the Hope 30-yard line. Far hash. Domino so far 2 of 3 for the Blue Jays. 16 yards. He did have a key 3rd down conversion the first play he was in the game on a nice flick as he stepped up into the pocket to Joe Sanfilippo. Man in motion is Claxton into the backfield. Domino looking towards the near side, directing traffic, has time, will run, and is taken out. Looks like he's short of the first down, taken down hard. And that'll bring up, looks like 4th and short. Remember, a field goal at this point makes it a 9-point and a 2-possession game with 7:45 to play. But this would be a pretty tough field goal for Bayer. I'm surprised they're not going to take the field goal and try it at least from the near hash. Instead, it's going to be 4th and 1. And I think everybody in the building knows where this ball is going. Josh Williams on the right side of Domino. Here comes Claxton in motion around. Campbell hands off Williams up the middle. Did he get it? Josh Williams is going to be close. Williams spotted maybe a half-yard short. Players pointing in both directions. Where do they spot it? They're going to have to bring the chains out. I don't think they got it. I think Elmhurst is short, but we're going to have to wait. And Hope has the football. They are stopped short. Kalen Miller is pleading for a measurement on the right side of your screen. Harless stops him at the line of scrimmage. No gain, and Hope takes over. 7:29 to play, down by 6. Ian Gregerson, what a great tackle by him. And Harless. And now here comes Hope with a chance on this drive. 7.5 minutes to play, down by 6. Kish from the gun, takes the snap, rolling near side. Kish wants it all. Looks deep down the near sideline. It is caught, stepping out of bounds. Is the receiver, Matt Kroll. Kroll's had a great game for this Hope offense so far. Matt Kroll, 6 receptions, 106 yards. 106 out of the 147 that Kish has completed. 12 yards and a first down, 1st and 10 at the Hope Zone 35-yard line. Kish takes the snap and will run it himself. And it's straight ahead, and it's 5 more for Hope to the 40-yard line. Taken down by Trent Howard. Under 7 minutes to play. 6-point Elmhurst lead. The defense needing one more big stop. Kish under center. Lee the deep back. Back to pass, looking far side. Nowhere to go with the football. Decides to throw it down the sideline and well, incomplete. Pressure, Alec Totoli applying it on the blitz from his linebacker position. Forced Kish to throw it a little quicker than he might have wanted to. 3rd down and 5. Big play, 6:30 to go. Blue Jays lead by 6. From the 40-yard line, Kish has 3 receivers. 1 tight end on the far side as well, making it 3. Running back to the left. Kish steps back, quick toss to the outside, and is it hauled in inbounds? Yes, it is. What an unbelievable catch by Matt Kroll. I don't know how he kept that foot in bounds. Kroll keeps his foot in bounds. What great coverage that time. Just a good high throw to the receiver. Tyler Hassman had the great coverage. It was tight, but the throw was perfect, high to the tall 6'2" receiver. Kish out of the gun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looks towards the near side. It's a jump ball for Kroll, incomplete. Coverage by Ogbabor. That was a one-on-one matchup. Ogbabor 5'10", Kroll 6'2". Kroll unable to haul that one in. 2nd and 10. Hope on the Elmhurst side of the field now. 2nd and 10 from the 45. 3 receivers, including Kroll, who has 8 catches, 133 yards, and a key 3rd down conversion just a moment ago. This time it's Lee near side, has a hole. Lee slips up and is taken down by a pair of players. Jimmy Abbott came in to clean it up. Sean Weatherall also there for Elmhurst, and that will set up a little bit longer of a 3rd down. 3rd and 7. Blue Jays 42-yard line. Blue Jay fans trying to get into the game. 3rd and 7. Kish with 3 receivers, far side, takes the snap from the near hash, looks to the far side, looking for the fade, and it is incomplete, and there's the flag. Flag on the play. It's going to be pass interference on Tyler Hassman, who is holding the left arm of Matt Kroll. Kroll tried to haul that one in one-handed because he couldn't get the other hand of the football. Tyler Hausman was locked in with him. Still awaiting the call from the official. Tyler Hausman is charged with the pass interference. It continues the Hope drive. It'll be 1st and 10 for Hope at the spot of the foul, which is Elmhurst 32-yard line, and just 5:24 to go. 13-7, Blue Jays on top. Elmhurst needing one more big stop. Far hash mark, Kish from the gun. 2 receivers near side. The tight end, Albers, is on the far side. Kish with a quarterback draw. Has some running room. Makes Warson miss, but then is driven into the turf by Sean Weatherall, the safety. That's a good gain on 1st down if you're Hope. 2nd and 5 to the 27-yard line of Elmhurst. And the Kish is starting to exploit the matchups. At least 4 inches of height advantage on each side when it comes to the receivers. Kish fakes the pass, fakes the handoff, looks towards the near side, caught by Kroll. That's going to go to the 16-yard line and a 1st down. Another one for Hope, driving deep into Elmhurst territory, trailing by 6 with under 5 minutes to play, 4th quarter.
Kish's pass complete to Kroll for 12 yards and a Hope 1st down. 1st and 10 from the Elmhurst 15.
Spotted from the 15-yard line. Kish under center with split backs and 2 receivers each side, Kroll and Helm now motioning the formation. Van Vliet converts to a receiver on the near side. Fake, it's going to be Kish again. Kish in trouble. Kish brought down in the backfield by Sean Weatherall. Sean Weatherall, the safety, coming down from his safety position, makes the play on Kish in the backfield, sending the Hope quarterback for a loss of 4. That's a big play to put them behind the chains. 2nd and 14 from the 19. Kish takes the snap, looking towards Kroll again. Double covered, still looking, throws it away, near side. Pressure by Jimmy Abbott, pointing at his chest, saying, "This is our time, Blue Jays." 3:45 to go. Long 3rd down for Hope. They need 6. Trailing by 6. They need the touchdown with 3:45 to go. He could kick the field goal, but the field goal kicking game for Hope has not been good since losing an all-conference player last season. 1 for 3 on extra point attempts. We've already seen Hope go for it today. But first, a 3rd down play. 3rd and 14 from the Elmhurst 19-yard line. Kroll is to the near side. Got to watch him. He's single covered right now by Ogabor, but coming down to help, Tyler Schwartz. He's going to look for Kroll. Kroll down the sideline. Double covered. Kroll makes the catch, and there's a flag. Matt Kroll is absolutely dominating this game right now. I'm going to guess this is a defensive penalty. What a catch by Kroll. What a throw by Kish. Putting it in the breadbasket of Matt Kroll. It's going to be offensive. This is coming back. Let's wait for the call. Pass interference on Matt Kroll. He pushed off. Unbelievable. And with 3:38 to go, Hope's going to have a long way to go. That is a killer penalty if you're Hope. And it's a huge play if you're Elmhurst, and a huge call in the ballgame. If you're just joining us, Zach Campbell, the Elmhurst quarterback, is sidelined with an ankle injury. And now, what do you pull if you're Hope? 3rd and 28. Hope has to get inside the Elmhurst 10 for a 1st down. Kish takes the snap. It's a low one. Kish looking towards the far sideline. A wobbly throw is complete. Near the original line of scrimmage to the 19. That was where they had it before, so they get to 15 yards back. But now it's going to be 4th down and 14. And let's see, they're going to go for it. They decide to forego the field goal. Now, here's the play of the game. 3 minutes to go. 6-point game. Blue Jays getting into it. 4th and 14. Kish takes the snap, looks near side. He wants Kroll again. Kroll unable to make the catch. Incomplete. Schwartz and Ogabor on the coverage. Elmhurst takes over on downs. And they doubled Matt Kroll, who has 9 catches and 145 yards, and Kroll still almost made the catch. And now Elmhurst will take over the ball. 2:47 to go. Hope has all 3 timeouts, so don't call this game over yet. 3 timeouts for each team. You got to imagine, Josh Williams, 3 times. Can he get 10 yards? That's the key. Probably need 2 first downs if you're going to clinch the game for Elmhurst, leading by 6 with 2:47 to go. Hope has 3 timeouts. Domino, 2 backs. Lesky and Williams. It's Williams, right side, Josh Williams. And a big gain for Josh Williams. Glancing blow takes him down. A 7-yard gain, call it 8 yards, and Hope will call their first timeout. And did Elmhurst call the timeout? Okay, timeout Hope, yes. Okay, needless to say that scared a couple people on the Elmhurst sideline, including Ron Plans, who went over to the official and mentioned that, no, I actually did not call the timeout. So 2:41 to go. 13-7. It's a Hope timeout. They have 2 timeouts left, but for Elmhurst, it's going to be a 2nd down and 2. And the stats have evened out quite so with Hope's second half, but no scoring here in the second half. Elmhurst deciding to instead go for a 4th and 1 instead of kicking a field goal that would have been right around 37-ish yards. And they did not get that. Hope drove down the field, and a penalty, an offensive pass interference penalty, stifled their drive as an incomplete pass ended it on 4th down and 14. Now the Blue Jays 2nd and 2. A first down puts a big dent in the clock. Josh Williams left side. Josh Williams has the first down and more. Josh Williams to the 45, down towards midfield. 2:33 to play. First down for Elmhurst. Every first down counts, leading by 6 late in the 4th quarter. Josh Williams fired up. Pat Walsh coming over to congratulate Williams. You might say Williams congratulating Pat Walsh just as much on his great blocking. 21 yards officially for Josh Williams. He has hit the 199 mark. 1 more yard. Josh Williams will hit the 200 mark on the game. 7.3 yards per carry, 30 carries, 220 yards now, and a touchdown. Josh Williams straight ahead, not much there. Now here's a timeout for Hope. Under 2 minutes to play. 2nd timeout for Hope. And that big run by Williams, not only does it use more clock, but it also flips field position. Alex Harless in on the stop, along with a couple of other Hope Flying Dutch who are just swarming to the football at this point. Timeout Hope, their 2nd. They have 1 more remaining. 1 yard run for Josh Williams gives him 221 yards. He had 184 in last week's game. 1 catch for 3 yards in the game as well today. First team preseason All-American. First team All-Conference, 2nd team All-American last season. Averaged 129 yards per game last season, including 11 touchdowns. And just 1 of his touchdowns last season came in non-conference play. This year, he has 3 in the first game against Loris, and now 1 in this game today, making it 4 touchdowns. He had 10 touchdowns in CCIW play last season. Elmhurst looking to move to a perfect 2-0. 2nd down and 9 from their own 48-yard line. 2 minutes to go. One timeout for Hope. 6-point Elmhurst lead. The blitz comes. Williams outside to the left. Josh Williams is free. Josh Williams making a man miss down to the 30-yard line. Another Elmhurst first down, but the ball's on the ground. No, they called him down. The head linesman on the near side called him down as the ball did come out, and there's a flag on the play. And there's a man down back behind the play. Aaron O'Meara is down for Hope in the back part, back near the line of scrimmage, and that would be a huge loss for Hope, getting attended to by the training staff. Now the referees are coming together to see what exactly happened the last time out. An extra 15 yards charged onto the play as Colin Kelly, unsportsmanlike conduct for throwing a player off the pile. As O'Meara walks off under his own power, a very good sign for Hope. But now Elmhurst all the way down at the 16-yard line with 1:48 to go, just one timeout for Hope. And the clock will run, ticking 1:45 left to go and less. Elmhurst looking for to start 2-0 on the season. 1st and 10 from the Hope 16. Domino takes the snap, hands off Williams, covering with two hands. Josh Williams to the right, and just inside the right hash gets taken down. And the clock is going to run. Second and 9 from the 15 with almost a minute to play. Still one timeout for Hope. They can stop the clock, but they have not so far. 13-7 Elmhurst on top. No scoring in the second half. Looks like victory formation for the Blue Jays. 50 seconds left. Elmhurst will try to take a knee, and the knee is taken. And Elmhurst Hope will call its final timeout with 39 seconds left. But that should do it, and the Blue Jays will come out victorious. And the key play in the game, you have to imagine. Hope had a chance to take the lead, trailing by 6 late in the fourth quarter, and an offensive pass interference penalty charged to Matt Kroll, the man who is, oh, by the way, gone for 9 catches for 145 yards today, 145 out of Hope's 202 passing yards. But the key offensive pass interference penalty, and that took away what would have been 1st and 10 for Hope from the 1 or 2 yard line. And instead, it ended up being a turnover on downs on a 4th down play, an incompletion that also was intended for Kroll. Final snap, Domino takes a knee, and the Blue Jays will watch the time tick off the clock. Under 33, and the Blue Jays will shake hands, and they are 2-0. Elmhurst College Blue Jays end this game on top, and they end the home portion of their non-conference schedule at a perfect 2-0. And really, the Hope defense played very well in the second half. The Elmhurst defense one-up them, and the key pass interference penalty really being the big play in the game here in the fourth quarter. The final totals, Elmhurst just 64 passing yards and the loss of their second-string quarterback as the final horn signals. Elmhurst wins 13-7 and moves to 2-0 as Hope falls to 0-2, falling against 2 Illinois teams. And before we wrap up the stats of this game, we'll take you to the out-of-town scoreboard and let you know what's going on in the CCIW-MIAA matchups. We have Illinois Wesleyan leading Alma 42-14. It was tied at 14 at the half, and Illinois Wesleyan just absolutely on fire in the second half. They lead 42-14, looks pretty solid there. Late in the fourth quarter, with 9 minutes to go. Kalamazoo 16, Milliken 13. That one's still definitely in doubt in Decatur. Adrian and Wheaton, well, that one's not in doubt. Wheaton 49, Adrian nothing. That Wheaton defense perhaps even more impressive than the offense, but Johnny Peltz, once again, quite a game. 14 for 24, 264 yards, and 2 scores. He also has 2 touchdowns via the ground, 13 carries, and 48 yards. Elsewhere, St. Norbert and North Park playing a good game, and as North Park has come back in the fourth quarter, 9 minutes to go in that one. St. Norbert 28, North Park 24. North Central 41, Shrine 7, so count that one up for the CCIW, and that already with the win here, and Illinois Wesleyan's win, Wheaton's win, and North Central's win. That gives CCIW the win. Augie leading Albion in the fourth quarter, 49-46. Sam Frasco with 7 total touchdowns for Augie today, including 204 yards through the ground, 224 via the air. Olivet 35, Carthage 32 late in that one. It's just the third quarter, though, late in the third quarter. And that wraps up the scoreboard when it comes to out of town. Here the final score, Elmhurst 13, Hope 7, 19 first downs for the Blue Jays, 16 for the Flying Dutch. Rushing yards, and here's a key stat, rushing yards. 318 rushing yards for the Blue Jays, 84 for the Flying Dutch. But Kish did have a very good game. Rob Kish, 202 passing yards. Elmhurst just 64. 382 total yards for the Blue Jays, 286 for the Flying Dutch. 3 fumbles for Hope and the 1 big turnover, but really the big turnover was the turnover on downs caused by the pass interference penalty. And that was the way that Elmhurst won this game. And also, you wear down a defense, and on that last drive, that's the reason why it was so big. The ability to wear down that defensive line. Josh Williams able to get for the extra first downs, and there go the Blue Jays. They will ring the victory bell once again here at Langhorse Field for the second time this season. But how about time of possession? That's a key stat because of the defense on the field as the bell rings. 38:05 of possession for the Blue Jays. And when it comes to the final minutes of the game, those extra minutes become key. Individually, Josh Williams, what can you say about him? 33 rushes, 243 yards, and a touchdown, 7.4 yards per carry. Zach Campbell, 6 of 11 for 48 yards and left with an ankle injury. Drew Domino, 2 of 3, including a key third down, and 16 total yards for him. Garrett Claxton, the leading receiver, 3 receptions for 34 yards. On the other side, Rob Kish, 14 of 31 for 202 yards and a score. Chris Lee, 10 carries for 75 yards. Somebody they may want to get going even more in the future. Lee, the transfer from Lehigh. But then the key, you got to say the offensive player of the game for Hope has to be Matt Kroll. 9 catches, 145 yards. Very impressive day for him. But the key offensive pass interference penalty does Hope in on this one. The victory bell rings for the second time at Langhorse Field this season. Elmhurst is 2-0, and our next broadcast of Elmhurst football won't be until homecoming against Carthage. So make sure you stay tuned for that one. But the Blue Jays will hit the road. They'll play Simpson and Augustana on the road before coming back, including a bye week in there to face Carthage. I'd like to thank all those who contributed to the broadcast, Sunrise Communications, and all the great work they do, and everybody up here in the press box and doing a great job as Elmhurst heads home happy. Elmhurst fans and crack a smile. The Blue Jays 13-7 winners over Hope today. Have a great rest of your afternoon.